Hi, everybody. Welcome on WTFC, the French Wrecking Crew, or TFWC. Yeah, TFWC, the French Wrecking Crew. I'm really happy to have Melville tonight, Jeff, and I'm sure we will have other guests tonight to this first episode of Open Mic Discussion. I have this idea to made a new kind of series of video, an open mic discussion. We can talk about anything, any subject. I mean, any subject is welcome, even it's not in the true crime world. If you want to talk about something who's really touching you, I mean, it's okay for me. It's a new series. I will try to do uh, not every week, but 2 times per month. I hope so. So I would like to really thank Milbilly and Jeff to be here tonight. So, what's up, guys? How are you doing?
All right. All right.
I'm doing great.
So, okay, for this first open mic discussion, like I say, I never prepared anything for the show, so I have nothing in mind. I want to stay true. I want to stay myself. And what do you want to talk about? Here we go.
All right. In that case, then my topic is what's it like to be a protagonist?
Oh, okay. Here we go.
I'm just kidding. No, I'm just.
Yeah.
No. What is it when you wait to the last minute? What's that word? Now it slipped my mind. I used the wrong word. I'm sorry about that. It's
Procrastination.
procrastination. That's the word. To be a procrastinator. Because you said you don't prepare, so I was going to say, and I
And
totally
what
botched it.
what do you mean by that? Because we
Oh,
don't
it
speak the
means
same
that to
language.
someone who waits to the last minute to do something. It was just a
Okay.
joke, and it
It's
was
like
lost in
Christmas shopping.
translation.
Everybody waits till the last minute.
Okay.
Right.
I see.
I'm sorry. Yeah, my
I
bad.
see.
Yeah.
Okay. I see. So,
Procrastinator. There's Sunshine Christina. Put in the comment. Procrastinator.
oh yeah, I would like. Yeah, tonight I'm watching. I will try to watching the chat because it's difficult to pay attention for what my guests are saying to me, and in the same times reading the text. It's not my first language, even my second language. So I mean, it's difficult to read the comment and in the same times to be focused on the discussion, but
It's
I will pay attention. So hello everybody, very very thank you to be here tonight. I've sent you links. If you want to join us, you are really welcome to talk about everything you want. You are really welcome. So Jeff, you have the mic. Okay, go ahead, friend.
okay. Well, let's see. What's been on my mind lately, and I just think that that's the easiest thing to talk about, is what I was talking about on my show last night, and that's this NFL player that the Packers drafted. He's not an NFL player. He was drafted to the NFL, and then quickly he was dropped from the team because he was exposing himself.
Exposing
This
in the
guy,
media
he was
or
exposing himself. He was the police said he couldn't, quote unquote, he couldn't keep it in his pants, right? He couldn't keep
okay.
it in his pants.
Oh, in this way.
So he was exposing himself. So the Green Bay Packers just got rid of him. They were like, we don't want you.
Yeah, I see.
Now here's where it becomes a making a murderer thing, and this is why it's interesting. Is because this guy and Christina, Sunshine Christina, and I had actually just yesterday, we just figured this stuff out, that he played for the minor league team, the Manitowoc Chiefs. Okay?
Yeah.
This guy, his name is Randy Woodfield. Okay? Randy Woodfield. Drafted by the
Right.
Packers in 1974, discharged, hangs around for a couple years, plays in Manitowoc, moves back to Oregon where he's from, and becomes the I-5 serial killer and kills over 20-some people. So
Yeah. I
My
was not
thing is,
aware. I
did
was
he
not
just
aware of
start?
this
Yeah,
story. Yeah. Wow.
yeah.
It blew my
So,
mind. Yeah.
so did he kill people in Wisconsin? That's my question. That's what's on my mind. That's what's been on my mind for the last 24 hours since I've not even 24 hours. Like I read this, yeah, probably about 24 hours ago. I first put this together, and it's just like I can't. So here's Sunshine Christina in the comments. He lived in Manitowoc 1973 to 1975, and we think he also lived in Oshkosh,
Looks like
um,
that's
Yeah. He
kind of
was living
which
in
I
the
have.
area. Yeah.
He was living in the area, right? And so, did the Packers just cover for this guy and say, "Get the hell out of here"? Was there a deal made with police? To how NFL players and they just want things to go away and they get things to go away. Was he not active? Maybe. And one of the theories is that not making the NFL was the trigger. Was his trigger. So I don't know. That's what's on my mind. I don't know. You guys, sorry to just drop that on you and be like, hey, here you go. Here's something that, I don't know if you can comment on that, but that's what's on my mind.
intrigued.
So, uh, Melbilly, start because I was not aware of this case, and it's really interesting, by the way. But start first because, like I was not aware, I need more information to talk about. So, let's start.
Yeah. Well, we don't, it's just one of the things, Go ahead,
Yeah.
Millville, if you got something.
Not much really. Just in personal life, I just
Well,
been taking a lot of photographs lately. That's about it. Gotten a lot into
nice.
photography, but
And
there is a case that I've been dabbling in here and there. It's about this kid named Larry Anstead. He was 14 years old on November 5th, 1974. He was doing his daily paper route, and he was not too far from where I live now, where I grew up my whole life. And there was a package sitting on a Oldsmobile two door in front of a house, with, like a birthday present wrapped up and everything. And as soon as he picked it up, it blew up and killed him.
Oh,
like
And
in the Unabomber case, the same thing.
well, my dad and his friends are all connected with this because it was my dad's friend's house that the bomb was placed at. It was intended for my dad's friend. Yeah, it's a crazy story. After the paper boy gets killed, uh, two people disappear, a guy and a girl, and then numerous people are murdered after that, and it spans from 1972 to 1980.
Yeah, I have learned by all the story there was a lot of missing people and murder in Wisconsin. I mean, a lot. And I
there
was
is
not
a,
aware about that because you see, in Europe, me, I care. I care about everyone living on this planet, and even in on other planet. That it's a different stuff. But I mean, everybody who living in on this planet, I mean, cares. And I mean, I can care for everyone, but I care for to have to try to have more justice or more truth in the future. I try to do. I try to do my best. I don't know if I will have a result about that, but I try. That's my little piece. If I can do something, I try. And when saw all this story, the story you was talking about, Millbilly, Jeff, the story you was talking about, then I was not aware. I'm sorry to don't have watched your show yesterday. I was too busy. Uh, but I've watched your last show, Milbilly, on Colborne. If you want, you can talk about the case after. It was really excellent. And Jeff, by the way, your show is really excellent. I really encourage people to subscribe to both of this channel, because the guy on my left, no, on my right, it depends. Milbilly is a great person. I mean, a great soul. I mean, somebody really passionate and doing the job by himself. Nobody is asking him to do it. He do it because he want to do it.
That's
And
right.
and for Jeff, I see the same thing. And for a lot of people, for Paul Capaldi, for for my sunshine Sharon, the same thing. I mean, there is this fire in your heart, in your eyes. Then I'm proud to say, hey, this is my pal, this is my buddy, because they fight for justice. And it's beautiful, because we are not here for on own ego. We don't care about that. I mean, it, it's it's nonsense to try to help people and in the same times have an ego. I mean,
Right.
no, it doesn't work like this.
Everybody has some kind of ego
Oh
somewhere.
yeah,
True. It's
I
undeniable.
agree. I agree. I agree. But I
It just principles stand which for what you believe in.
That's right. I think,
That's right.
if you do the work and you are aimed true, I don't know what that means for everybody, but if you're aimed true and you do the work, like everything else falls in place. You don't have to worry about, you know, where do I fall in line, or what's my role or whatever. If you just
It's
doing
true.
good work, if you just do good work, then everything should follow. I really believe that.
Oh yeah, I believe too. Yeah, yeah, I believe too. And yeah, yeah, I was talking about that. Maybe do you want to talk about the news on Andy Colborn versus Netflix? Because on my channel, nobody was aware. You on your channel, everybody is aware, because you have much more people on your
Well,
channel
in a
than me.
quick summary, uh,
But
Andrew
if
Colbert,
you can, yeah, if you can resume the situation.
well, he filed his defamation claim, waited a year before he even proceeded with anything else. Uh, they had scheduled a time frame when everything was going to take place for discovery, depositions, blah 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 blah. And Netflix tried cooperating with Colburn's attorneys, and they thought they were. They sent them, tried contacting them a bunch of times. They never responded. They started processing and producing the evidence that they were asking for, and then Colburn's attorneys, out the blue, filed some sanction thing because they weren't happy with what they were receiving. They thinking Netflix is hiding something they don't have, and now Netflix responded, and pretty much Colburn's fucked, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
yeah, yeah, I think so. Yeah, yeah.
They told them drop your case, or we're gonna file for attorney fees for you wasting all of our fucking time.
Interesting. Was going to be my question to you, Mill Billy. Do you think that he was going to drop the case? And I think you kind of just spelled out where you're lining up, huh?
Well, I think he was hoping that Netflix would just settle out of court,
To
just
settle.
pay him off
Yeah.
and wash it
Get
away.
get
But
whatever he could out of it, whatever he could.
where they
Because if he
fucked
gets a
up,
dime, if he gets a dollar, then
he
he
didn't get
won the
nothing. He
civil
didn't get
suit,
nothing
right?
because it went to the state court, and then Judge Ludwig put it to the federal level, and Colburn's attorneys were still acting on the state level, not realizing they should be dealing with the federal procedures, and that's where they fucked themselves.
Okay, because you know, even if you give the benefit of the doubt to Andrew Colborn on this case, even I know it's difficult. I know for myself and for everyone, it's difficult to give him the
I
benefit
just
of the
I
doubt.
just don't understand
But
how you're gonna. pursue a defamation claim
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
not have
Why?
any evidence to prove
Yeah, it
what
was my
you're saying
question.
before you
Yeah,
even get to court? Obviously, he doesn't have any evidence. He
Well,
claims
the
that he
question
found
is,
out about this because he read the transcript. He
so he
never
would
seen
have
Victor
to
murder.
prove that he's not a liar. Is that what he's saying?
He's got to
Like,
prove that Netflix purposely put this documentary out just to paint him in a bad picture.
yeah, yeah.
They
oh,
use
right.
like
That's my
okay,
understanding. Yeah,
but then you got to look at it. The state attorneys moved it to the federal level, so everything they asked for is null and void. So, like,
yeah. But I
that's
think
weird. He screwed
it's a
himself.
shame. It's a shame in the both case, even if it's not. I mean, if it's innocent about what we think, uh, okay. But I mean, this is nonsense. We are talking about real people. We are talking a documentary making about the justice system goes wrong two times for the same guys, and we have this guy Andrew Colborn, who's we saw I don't know two, 5 minutes in the documentary sued Netflix ag- because he's not happy then the about the image the picture then Netflix do it from
But you
his
already know he's sketchy as
character
well.
is
He didn't file his report about talking to Stephen Avery till he was instructed to 8 months after the fact.
yeah yeah I know I and it's really incredible because I mean there is so much thing to talk about and to ask as to Andrew Colborn to be clear on this point because he was not, and is the one who sued Netflix against this
Well, look at
supposedly
the jail calls we
allegation.
got from Brown County when they said that they had somebody in their custody that confessed to something that they have
Yeah,
somebody in
yeah,
custody. He should have did the right thing and passed the call on, but no, he didn't. And then he delayed Stephen's time in prison even longer.
yeah,
And the day after Stephen's release, what does he do? He files a report about that call.
yeah, exactly.
And if you look,
The
read the
day after
depositions,
he was released on the
September 11th,
September 11, 2003, and the day after, just the day after, and we have Sharon here. Hi, Sharon. She asked, "How are you doing, my Ouija?" My Ouija. So, hi guys. I'm doing fine. Really. Thank you to be here. Thank you everyone to be here. I say just hello to everyone. I would like address um, all my love to Diane, Sharon, and Sandy, Sandra, and they know why I say that. Maybe you know too, but it's private. But I send all my love and all my good vibes. And yeah, yeah. Continue to talking. Continue. Excuse me. I was watching the chat.
And I could ask you a question, Millbilly. It would be like, how long does this the next? How long do they have to file or to make a decision about? Because if they're threatening them with the court fees, is that what you said? Or they're
hmm
saying then if you want to, so how long do they have to respond?
I'm assuming they're going to respond hopefully by Friday, but I don't know.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Because they had already scheduled everything out. Everything was supposed to take place in 2022.
Okay.
They had everything scheduled out when what was going to happen. And then Netflix started cooperating with Colburn's attorneys and started
Mhm.
handing over the documents that they had, which it went from like 20,000 down to 8,000. and they weren't happy with the program that they were provided with to search through the database. So I don't know. They messed up because it's in
Yeah.
federal courts now, and their attorneys are idiots. Greaseback.
Oh yeah, Greaseback. Yeah, yeah. I was thinking to talking about some books after, and I have Greaseback in my background there, the two books, but I don't want to talk about them because it's BS all the time. I'm sorry, but I don't like to talk about book like this, but it's nonsense. In the first book, he's saying that Stephen Harry is framed by Manitowoc Sheriff Department. He's completely agree. Yeah, there is no suicide. And the second
What's worse,
time,
what's
the sec,
worse about the whole framing him the first time is that the state of Wisconsin covered it up.
yeah, 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 and no one was never
I think
convicted
that
for anyone.
back to why I'm looking into these other cases and why the reason I started looking into that Lacrosse River killer is because I had realized that Ken Kratz was an assistant district attorney in Lacrosse in the late 80s, early 90s. So not to say that he was there through all of these murders or anything, but he's someone that would have had knowledge of these existing. I know that Ken Kratz has to know that these drownings exist and that there was a serial killer in the area and he did nothing.
Oh yeah,
Right?
yeah,
That
yeah. I
that's the
agree.
point.
Yeah,
So it's spider webs, right? So it's spider webs and it goes out to here. So the whole point about checking into these other cases is to try to take it down from all directions, right? And finding corruption wherever you can find it that comes back to somehow to a Wisconsin good old boys club or
yeah,
just systematic, right? Systematic um, I don't know, foul play in the Justice Department, right? Just we
yeah, yeah.
see time and time again letting off sexual assault suspects, letting pedophiles off, letting sickos
And
off,
France is
using
started
them
it.
as informants, right? And then and then like putting the screws to people just because they don't like them, not because they did something wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's not a justice system that I'm
I
happy
know.
with. I mean,
I
No.
and so
know.
like
I understand. I understand. I really understand because what shocked me the most was here in Europe, in Belgium, we were completely astonished by the fact that something like this can happen. I mean, for Steven, for Brandon, but also for Luke Mitchell, for a lot of people. I mean, it was so weird than the
mhm.
justice legal
It,
system
it, it's the people you
agree.
don't know about. That's the problem.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's true. You're right.
Rural areas, there's a lot of places to hide. There's a lot of places to not be seen. In the city, I'm
But
not
it's
saying
it's a
that
shame. It's a
it's
shame. It's
different,
a shame.
right?
It's a shame because you need to be safe everywhere you go. I mean, it's your liberty. It's it's something natural, really. I mean, people who don't understand that, I mean, they are like sheeps. You see what I mean? But in the same times, I can understand then in America, this is another history. There is other issue, and this is I, I understand. I've studied
Mhm.
the story, and not just the American story, the story from a long time ago, the Egyptian, the Sumerian, Mesopotamian. I mean, a lot of stuff in the old age. And it's really interesting because we don't know nothing about this kind of civilization. But I digress from the. But I mean, I love story, and I love the story of every country because even if doesn't agree with what happened at the time, uh, I try to understand what happened uh, in the circumstances, and it's really really something interesting to try to understand the humankind. Yeah, to understand the humankind, and it's something strange. We are strange. Jim Morrison was right when he was saying people are strange when you are a stranger, but not only when you are a stranger. People are strange, and but in the universe, strange doesn't mean something wrong and something good. That's mean something
Well,
a wave. You
things
see?
that I think about the weird, if that's what you're talking about, like, killers and people who are on, dark side of things, right? I think that's what you're getting at, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
at some point, and I'm not saying that we take responsibility for other people's murders, but
No.
what I want to say is that we are producing serial killers. Our society, whether you want to believe it or not, they're a product of our society. And
Yeah, yeah.
so
I
if we want to
agree.
have a thoughtful and honest discussion about it, it's stemming from our society. What is it? We need to study it. We need to, and there are people doing it. There are people studying it. So that's good. But um,
Yeah, there is a
that's an
lot of
honest
people
way to look
doing.
at it and say we're producing these people. We are
Yeah.
producing the crazies. And Wisconsin, like, think about it. If you just want to say Wisconsin, it's not really fair to just pick a region, but let's just do it and say, well, look at how many serial killers came from Wisconsin alone. I mean, like, I can count on like five on like Dahmer, Geen. Who
Well,
am I
King
missing?
was really a serial killer.
Well, anyway, I know there's more. I can't think of them off the top of my head, but I know
It,
that there's quite a few.
the whole Ed Gein, that whole that shit's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
some of
but
that's crazy.
there is a lot of bizarre stuff. I mean, I was I was not studying, but I was little watching the case of Carmen Boutwell, and sadly, I have some friend when I was younger who was really addict about drugs, hard drugs, cocaine, heroin. I mean, it was stuff for them. And when I have saw this case with Carmen Boutwell, something was wrong from the start. You know why? Because the methadone is something prescribed for a drug user who want to stop
Yeah, but
drugs.
you got to look at it. Back in 2004, 2005, that's when the pill scene really started to get prominent around here.
In
And when,
Wisconsin, in
yeah,
Wisconsin,
and when
yeah.
you can't get your pills, you're going to go to alternatives. She may have been given something that she didn't know what it was. We don't really know. But her methadone and the alcohol mixture is a death sentence.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. But for my point of view, dying from a methadone overdose, if you are not followed by a doctor because you have drug problem, it was impossible because here in Belgium or in France, it's impossible to have methadone for any reason.
Oh,
I mean, it's
no.
really,
They got
but
clinics all
yeah, it's
over here.
different. Yeah, yeah,
You can, like, like, there's instances here where somebody's prescribed methadone for their opiate addiction and their kid accidentally gets a hold of it and then dies.
it's
It's very
crazy.
toxic. I mean,
It's
dangerous
it's
stuff.
crazy. It's crazy. I don't want I don't want to say mean shit on America, but because I love America, this is a really beautiful country. There is a lot of beautiful place. There is a lot of beautiful monument, and there's a lot of nice people. I mean,
And imagine how beautiful it would be if we didn't have any serial killers, you know?
yeah. But you
Yeah,
see,
that's
yeah, it's true. It's true. But you see, the problem from the beginning, not this is just not one problem. This is one of the problem.
okay.
Is the gun, and I have already talked with Richard Ericosi when he was alive about that, and I think it is your Second Amendment, right? Then you have the right to have uh, a gun, or it's the Second Amendment. It is right in America. The first is the freedom of speech, and the second is the have a gun. It's right.
Yeah, well, you know, it's one interpretation of it. That's one, you know, some people say that's what granted the army to have a private army the right to bear arms. That's where it comes from. Yes,
There
that's where the
is
gun
private
comes from.
army. Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's so ingrained in society that, you know, to be honest, if you're really going to think that things are going to get better and there's going to be like less violence, it's going to be have to be over such a gradual and slow and steady and sure taper off. You know what I mean? Like to slow it down. You know, one of the things that when I was researching, I found, and I wanted to mention this before. I was just looking, and I again, not to beat up on Wisconsin, but this is, I'm sure that the data tracks nationwide. But when I was looking at the crime rates in the years, and the reason I was looking at Wisconsin is because I've been looking into this guy, and the crime rates for murder, like from in 1970 to 1971, it went from 88 to 126. Now, that's a lot.
Yeah,
If
it's
you
a
look
lot.
the years before, it goes from like it's 80, it's 92, it's 87, it's a little bit more, and it kind of tracks with the population. But all of a sudden in 1970, if you look in other, rapes also increased like substantially. Robberies actually decreased. You know, it's just weird, but why there? Why? What happened in 1970? What happened in 1969, 68? Like
A
all
lot of
this
stuff.
civil rights
A lot
stuff
of
and
stuff.
the Vietnam War.
Oh,
And
the Manson family, the Zodiac, a lot of stuff. The first time of the moon, the first man of the moon. I mean, the killing of Robert Kennedy. There is a lot of stuff during this time.
if they
Uh,
can cover up who killed the president of the United States,
oh yeah, we can talk about that. Oh, we can
everyone
talk
get
about.
into that.
Hey, Jason, we can talk about that all the night because this is one of my first
I can
subject.
talk about
It
it.
was,
We should
yeah,
talk
Jeff.
about this sometime.
You can talk. Oh yeah. Oh my God. GFK.
How about this
The
theory? Okay, the thing. Okay, just really quickly. First bullet. Okay, first shot is the starter pistol. That's the one that says now start the timer because the snipers all
I
have a
agree.
mental clock in their head, and the
I
first
agree.
shot is boom, and then all at the same simultaneous fire.
It was a
Boom, boom.
military.
So you get like you can get up to like 6 shots off that sound like three, right?
I know.
That's where I'm thinking that
Because
there
where
might
did the shots come from? Behind the grassy knoll, the text
Yeah.
building,
yes,
Yeah.
the
yes,
The other
overpass.
way. Yeah.
Was
Yeah.
it the
The
yes.
other
Secret
pass.
Service
It was a
driver?
kill
Yeah.
zone. It was a kill zone. So
Yeah.
it came
It was a
from
kill zone. Yeah.
multiple
Yeah.
directions. Yeah, yeah.
For for
That's
for
kind of
me,
one of
I
my
don't know
theories.
what you think, but for me, it was a military plot against him
CIA.
because there is a lot of terrorists. There was the CIA, there was the mob, there was the anti-Castro,
Well,
it
what a
was the
better person
communist,
Well,
to,
look,
it was
if
the
everybody
Russian.
could have motive, what a better person to take out when everybody wanted him. It's like Clue, right? It's like that movie
Yeah,
Clue.
yeah,
Everybody wanted them gone, so
yeah,
you don't know who
yeah, yeah,
actually
yeah.
did it. The one
Oh,
that really bothers
I.
me is the Secret Service agent with the rifle. Have you seen that theory?
Oh yeah,
That
yeah,
one
yeah,
really
yeah,
bothers me
yeah.
because it
It's
really seems to
nonsense.
be plausible. No?
No,
You don't like it?
no, no. For me, it's
Oh, interesting.
nonsense because there were so much people on the street this day, and no, I don't think so. But I have another theory because never discuss. I think so because I've watched a lot of video all the time, the same thing. But I don't know if you pay attention on the Zapruder movie of the Secret Service car. They are under the three way passage during really a really long time, and the car is completely stopped, completely, and the car is completely hiding. And but I mean, I have studied this case uh, when I was how 16, I think 15. I've started to study this case when I was 15. I have 42 now. So I have a lot of background in GFK case, and for me, I don't know for you. I'm really interested about what you think, but for me, it was really from the establishment, really from the army themselves, because you cannot do that like this with GFK. I mean, it was a time so different than today. There was really a hope of freedom and a hope of change,
Yeah. Well,
of
part of
changement.
me, I
But
think,
go ahead, go ahead.
yeah, yeah. Part of me thinks that it is a big conspiracy, but part of me brings it back to like sometimes the simplest plans are the easiest to execute, and
It's true.
a guy doing a solo mission is the one that's most likely to get away with it than to have more moving pieces. And I think that that's what lends itself to the Lee Harvey Oswald solo shooter, is because although
You
I mean,
know,
what's his name? The
for
guy you probably know in
for
Louisiana,
me,
in New
for
Orleans, they had that court case, civil court case, and he was found guilty in the case against he was found to, what was that guy's name? Do you know? Maybe I have to dig it up.
which
Mm,
is
I know
It
you're
was
Clay
a
talking
Show,
civil case. Okay.
Clay Show.
about.
No, you're
The guy
talking
in
about Jim
Louisiana, New
Garrison.
Orleans.
I can see
I
the
think
face.
in the movie, Tommy Lee Jones plays him. So maybe he's a fictional character, and I'm just thinking
Clay
it's the
Show.
movie. So
Yeah,
if that's
yeah,
the
Clay
case,
Show.
then my bad.
Yeah, it's
Magic
Clay
Uh,
bullet.
Show.
my
Yeah,
phone.
Saffrocop says triangulated fire,
Yep.
Clay. Yeah, yeah, Clay Show.
which
And
would go to that.
for Analyze comment, look into Gary Cree.
Yeah, I know.
Clay Shaw. That's his name. Sapper
Yeah,
Cop got it.
yeah,
Sapper's
yeah.
always got it.
But you don't hear me because I
Clay
was
Shaw.
saying Clay Show, Clay Show, Clay Show.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was zoned out, man. I was zoned out.
Because
I'm
I have
reading
a
the
big
comments.
voice.
Pay attention. I apologize, Jerome.
No, don't apologize with me. No, but we can talk about that all the night. The JFK conspiracy. It's There is so much to say about that because everybody
The
want
fact that they
JFK dead
still
at the
haven't
time.
released all the documents says it all.
Yeah, yeah. It was something weird for me because from my point of view, when I was not really happy with Trump for you in America because for me Trump was somebody. I mean, no, you you see what I mean. But I'm not pro Biden neither. I'm I'm not Democrat or Republican. I mean,
Right. You're,
I'm I'm
you're not
in my
either, right?
no,
Exactly.
I in my country I'm more on the left. I'm more on the left means I'm more for the social. and for the social, I mean the right of the people and the
Yeah,
right to be to be happy, to have all we need to have. And you see, that's what I
I
want
agree.
to.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I think,
but
but you're probably pretty middle of the road when it comes to European mindset, though. You don't. You seem to be
yeah,
pretty right in the middle, if you ask me. Of the, so I think
yeah,
my
yeah,
mindset's probably more like yours. I lived abroad for a while. I lived in South Korea. It's a little bit more like European, but it's also very America. It's very
yeah,
independent, but social
I can
programs are still
understand.
popular in South Korea. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I can understand. But continue. It was really interesting what you were saying.
I don't know. I think that's all I had. That's all my thing on JFK. Like I just you know, I think that's interesting to look. I get, Clay Shaw. What there was that case, so I don't know. But I guess you can prosecute people even if they're innocent. We know that. We know that's true.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
You can find
And by
people
the way,
guilty of things they didn't actually do. So,
Jim
you know,
Garrison was the first to convict somebody for the JFK assassination. He was the first one to do it, and no one else do it now. Uh, Anything like this. He was the first and the last from this day. So for me, Jim Garrison was really a great man. Really, I mean, it, even if you agree or disagree with him, for me, what he do was really great because Clay Shaw was CIA. I know that. I have read a lot of document of the CIA. Clay Shaw, Clay Bertrand was CIA. He was working
I guess
with the CIA.
how the CIA works is it's so splintered and cellular that it could have been a part of the CIA. That doesn't mean that it was a directive of the CIA.
Oh
Do you see what
no,
I'm
not
saying?
at all, not at all.
Yeah.
No, no, no. It was like a DI. You see, uh, no, not a DI, a CI, confidential informant. But
Right.
for the CIA, there was lot of people like George de Mohrenschildt was CI too for the CIA. But even Lee Oswald was a CI for the FBI in cover of the CIA. He was in
Like
Japan at the beginning of his career. He was he was in two military base. People think one military base in Japan when he was first sent and the Marine Corps. No, it's not true. Two two of them completely directed by the CIA. And
mm,
y- y- when you read all this file, and there is a lot of files, and I need to read that sometimes. You see all its scratch, all its scratches,
Mm.
black.
Redacted.
oh
Yeah,
right, right.
and it's in English. And sometimes I even receive document in Russian, but I don't talk Russian at all. So to translate all document in Russian, it's not easy. I don't know how to do that. But I mean, with the CIA document we have, because there is a lot of CIA document we don't have, we watch destroy because they destroy a lot of things, a lot of proof, but they like to keep the CIA. I know they like to keep some stuff for the future because we don't know, and you see, and
Well, the assassination anniversary is coming up, right? Just in a couple
yeah, but I
weeks.
was thinking,
So
yeah,
maybe
yeah,
we
yeah, I
should come
know.
back. Maybe we should have a JFK thing. I'd love that. That'd be fun.
I was thinking to do a show about GFK for the anniversary. Yeah, yeah. And if you are really welcome if you are available to come to talk about the case and the anniversary, this sad anniversary. But I need to stop you because when you see this blue light, that means we have a new guest. And directly from Scotland, Europe, Mr. The Knight Husseini, Mr. Capaldi.
What an intro! What an intro! Hi. First of all, hi Jeff, hi Millbilly, and hi Jerome. I see you got your mic sorted.
Yep.
I take it that is Big Jeff, yeah. It sounds like Big Jeff,
No, no,
but I
no. It's
can't.
not Big Jeff. It's
But
it's Jeff Jones from
sorry, from
yeah.
Hawaii.
That's right. That's right.
The first
Nice to,
recipient
nice to see you,
of the
Paul.
dude. Nicest. Nice to meet you,
Well,
Jeff.
as I said, man, some things have come to light, man. New things.
I love it. I love it. Some new shit has come to light, which you didn't know, but that's okay. If you can
Right
just
I'm
pay
on.
me in
drinking
cash.
uh, Paul. I'm drinking a real good beer tonight. A Carolus. Do you know this
Wow.
beer?
No,
Whiskey.
it's
This is a mix of beer and whiskey.
a whiskey beer. Yes, I've heard of
Yeah,
that stuff
yeah, yeah.
before. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
made in
yeah,
Belgium and it's really good. I'm sure
yeah,
you love it.
yeah. Well, yes. I have come across whiskey beer here in. There was a McEwen's whiskey beer, but um, first of all, if I can just ask Jeff. Well,
Yeah,
sorry, not ask Jeff, but just point out many congratulations on being one of the first recipients of the Dudes Advocacy Fund. And I mean, it's he'll be going around YouTube heaven at the moment, kicking ass, telling everybody, see those guys there.
yeah. That's why I'm here.
That's my legacy. So
Yeah,
yeah, absolutely
yeah.
fantastic. Millbilly,
Thank you.
what's the latest news with this bloody Netflix versus Colburn case, or is it Colburn versus Netflix? Have I got it the wrong way around?
It was
Colburn
already
Netflix.
explained before.
The
You're late.
Colburn forgot that it got moved to federal court and proceeded to do something he shouldn't have, and now he bit off more than he can chew. Netflix told him, "Drop your suit, or we're going to come after you for court costs and
All right.
attorney fees." They already told them for them to go through all the documents and give them what they don't have. It's going to be over $10,000
Mm.
just to go through the information before they even turn it over.
Okay, so that's not Andy Colburn. That's Mike Griesbach acting on his behalf. Is there
Somebody,
any other lawyers named on Colburn's behalf?
there's three of them.
That's is there right? But that's the main one, isn't it? Griesbach.
Yep, he's the
Yeah.
one that I believe convinced Colburn to proceed. I
I,
don't
I,
know. I don't know how it took place. All I know is that Colburn claims that he only read the transcript for making a murder. So I don't know. Something that doesn't make sense.
he only ever read the transcript, so he never watched it.
According to him.
I
But
mean, that's like Herman telling me that I wouldn't bother watching it. It's just for entertainment value. Have you seen it? No. Sorry,
That's
not
really weird. That's really weird.
yeah, yeah. It's it and to be honest, Jeff, there were other guys like that as well that were sort of you don't want to watch it because it's it's
And what if
and
he's in?
then
What if he's in saying like, no, I didn't see it, but it affected my life, right? Like it had an effect on. Maybe that's his argument. I
well,
could
he
see
claimed
that
that
being
he was getting death threats. His family was
right.
getting death threats. He had to build a safe room inside of his house. Him and his
Come
wife
on,
were afraid to go out in
come on,
public.
come
right,
on.
I'm sorry. What
What, he
what
got
you
it
are
worse than the
talking about?
Averys? He got it worse than the Avery family?
Mhm.
Not
I
in my eyes.
highly doubt that. Like, think about that. Walking around Manitowoc or whatever. Come on.
yeah. The one that really interests me is that Ken Peterson um, is
Kenneth.
actually Kenneth Peterson is actually trying apparently to to be the good guy, and apparently he's now retired, but he does go out to meet
Um,
older guys and stuff like. I seem to recall he does stuff like going and setting up a kitchen and handing out food and stuff and soup and all that kind of stuff, and trying to connect with some of the not so well offs in the Manitrock area. And I just say
It make me laugh. You know
that's
why? Because this is the same guys who say it's more easy to kill Stephen
yeah.
Avery to frame him.
You
The
also
same
You know, well,
guys.
both can be
The
evidence.
same
true. He can
guys
have a
from
soft
day
heart for the
one
kid.
involved.
Well, him and Gene Crusade both questioned the evidence that freed
Mhm.
Stephen Avery during their
Oh
deposition
yeah. And Jin Couché passed away.
the day before
Uh,
Stephen Avery's trial.
the day, yeah, yeah. And
Sorry, Jerome,
something.
when the police question stuff like that, to me that seems like a more of a media bite that they're giving the press something to run with. Would you guys go along with that?
Well, it was a
Yep,
deposition, so there was no
yep.
media.
Yeah,
And when he said it in his deposition, both of them. They
Yeah.
questioned the DNA evidence, where it come from, how
yeah,
to get. Like, are you serious? We're doing the same thing.
yeah.
Stevens case.
I try to. I'm in touch with Anjanet Levy on Twitter.
Good
Just
luck.
just like this.
Oh,
Just like this. Uh, I she's following me. I following her. It's nice from her, and I'm trying to have her
where does
to.
she live? Where does she live?
Uh,
Wisconsin, just south of Belgium, and you're following her. I don't think you should be admitting that sort of information.
no, but
I
oh, Paul,
sorry, I
you
apologise. I apologise.
you're a bumpot.
Yes.
You're some man. Uh, I'm in touch with her, and I try to have her on this channel to share his
Oh wow.
her experience
Yes,
during the
that would be
trial,
interesting.
and not I don't want to ask to her if she believes Stephen is guilty or not, or if Brendan is guilty or not. I don't want to ask her that. I would like to talk with her about a journey, if I can say like this, during the trial of Stephen and Brendan, and what she remind her the most thing, and you see what I mean?
I
What
can't
she has
recall.
lived. Yeah,
I can't recall. They use that a
I
lot.
no, it's impossible.
Yeah, yeah.
It's impossible. It's impossible because I mean it touched so many people. This case,
Yeah.
and not just this case. I fight for a lot of cases. Julius Jones. I don't know if
Oh yes, yeah, yeah.
you know.
He's a hearing delayed till next week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, the first. I
Um,
think I heard it was delayed till the first, maybe. Oh, hey guys, I getting a phone call, and actually I got to cut out because I
There
got
is
that
no
tea
problem, Jeff.
time.
There is no
And
problem, Jeff.
I got to do the golf thing.
Thank
I got
you.
to do the
Thank
golf
you
thing,
again.
you know.
Thank you again.
But yeah,
Thank
thank
you
you.
very much.
I want to come back and talk. Let's do it again. Well, whatever you want, JFK.
Yeah, we'll try to
Other
do the
stuff. Just for fun.
show every 2 weeks. I think. I
Okay.
think so.
yeah.
All right, right on. All right. Well,
Okay.
thank you guys for a discussion, and we'll. Yeah,
Thank
hope
you,
I see you
Jeff.
guys again soon.
Thank you,
All
Jeff.
right. All
If
right.
you don't
Okay,
know
Jeff.
Jeff, if
Yes.
before
Jeff
you leaving,
Jones.
Jeff Jones, could you talk about your YouTube channel just 1 second?
Sure. Yeah. So when I launched the channel, I'm kind of doing two different podcasts kind of thing where it's, I have this one podcast called In Bad Faith, which is the straight interview that, I like put out interview requests. The next interview I have coming is Kate Judson
Oh yes.
from the Integrity and Forensic Sciences.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And
Yeah.
so that I'm going to be doing that in the first week of November, and then probably putting that up, within a few days of that interview. And then in the weekdays started like a like a rate. It's kind of more like a radio show on YouTube, I guess I would call it. And just doing like this, where I tell people to turn off their cameras on purpose, so it's just a more relaxed feel. And it's called After Dark. We call it After Dark.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah,
just
after
like this
dark. Yeah, yeah.
kind of
Hashtag after
free
dark.
form. Yeah, well, I don't know.
Yeah,
But it's like more
I
free
create
form
the
and people
hashtag
are kind
after
of more
dark.
relaxed and just like an
Yeah,
open mic, like as
I
I
can
say, like you
understand.
might be in the comment section one week and then on the show the next week. And so I like the audience feedback and stuff. So yeah, just hitting all sorts of crime, talking about a lot of, I guess, what would I say, the spider web of crime through Wisconsin that seems to have a lot of connections. Some of them that I already mentioned earlier, and you know,
Yeah,
leading back to the Avery case. And so that's what the channel's been all about. Just happy to do it. Happy to have people on. Happy to have guests. So you guys I would like to have all of you on as well if we
and
can make the time work.
highly recommend you this channel because Jeff is real, is true. He don't play a role like us, exactly like
Right.
us. He's himself, and is doing an excellent job. So if
Thank,
you have done so already, please subscribe to his channel.
thank you, Jerome. That's very nice because I have
Thank you, Jeff.
trouble self promoting. So I appreciate that. Thank
Don't
you.
worry, don't worry.
Well, I would just point out, that, of course, that Jeff, you are approved by the headmaster Hodinett. So if he approves you, then
There
that's
you
good enough for
go.
the
The
rest of us.
judge, the judge Odinot, the judge Odinot.
Aye, the
That's
swims
right.
with
All right, guys.
sharks.
I would love have him to a kind of trial for Lee Oswald. He never deserved a real trial, and I would love to have him to a kind of trial as judge with the defense and the prosecution for Lee Harvey Oswald, because Lee Harvey Oswald had never deserved, never, a real trial. And
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
maybe we
it's
can put
maybe
together a
something to do.
prosecution then.
It's maybe
Yeah.
something to do. I don't know. I don't
All
know.
right.
I don't know.
Let me know. Let's talk about it. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. I got to pop off. Awesome to see you guys. We'll talk again soon.
Awesome, Jeff.
Excellent,
Cheers.
excellent.
All right.
Night night.
All right, bye.
Thank you.
Jerome, when Kennedy was assassinated, what
Yeah.
actually happened to the corpse?
The body?
Yeah,
Oh,
was it dumped at
What happened
sea?
to the brain? That's the
oh,
question.
there is a lot. Yeah, where's the brain? Yeah, this is one of the question. Where's his brain? Yeah, this is one of the question. He was sent directly to the Parkland Hospital, right?
Right.
But there they have started an autopsy.
Hmm.
But the law of the Texas say then an autopsy
Must
need
be done.
to, yeah, must be gone on
Right.
the state, and
Mm.
directly the Secret Service had moved the body to the plane where Johnson was
Sworn in.
swearing. Uh, yeah, yeah. It's always trouble to talking about that because I don't think it's a human thing. It's so shocking.
Mm.
Even all this year after, it's so shocking, and everyone had, not everyone, but so much people have believe in the Warren Commission. It's so a shame, and but I digress. The body was sent to the
Naval Hospital.
yeah, absolutely, and treated by two doctors who were never um, um, study uh, um, people shooting by bullets before,
Mhm.
and there is so much thing we was completely erased from not just not just the file, our minds, our minds, and what we can believe it's true or not. Because uh, one time I was studying, if I can say that, when I was working on the case, I was asking me why don't kill RFK, Robert.
They did.
Yeah, why? Because they can't. They can't. If they do that, JFK is still the president. If you touch to his little brother, it be a big war. I mean, a big war against a lot of people involved, I think, in his murder. But it's difficult to say because I have I've studied all kind of way, all kind of possibility, and for me, uh, I don't know if you have already heard Dorothy Kilgahan, the story of Dorothy Kilgahan and his mystery death. She was a reporter, a great reporter, and she was the only one to had interviewed Jack Ruby in jail before his death.
Hmm.
And after that, she was, I can, I cannot prove it, but I think she was killed by
The, there's
overdose.
the list of
By
people that got killed after Kennedy got killed.
oh yeah, yeah,
Any
a lot.
kind of inkling.
62
Mm.
people. 62 people. We have expert to say, oh, how it's possible 62 people witness of kind of stuff in this case dying in this period, and the possibility are amazing. It's impossible. I mean, it's so much weed.
Well,
And
I recommend if you do a JFK thing, you get Dr. Silkman because he's probably
Why? Yeah.
ah, nice,
Oh yeah,
nice, yeah,
he's
he's
also into
welcome.
that. Yeah, yeah, oh, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
he's really
yeah.
welcome, Dr. Silman. If you heard me, you are really welcome when you want to talk about the case, because I'm so passionate about that. Because for me, it was one time of one time the change at world, the world had changed. Because if you don't kill JFK, you don't kill his brother who present himself to the presidency. I mean, you don't have the Vietnam War, you don't have the CIA anymore, you don't have the military-industrial complex anymore, you don't have the fight between the Russia and the America, because he was really for the peace between the two sides. He was for um he was for black people. I know that he was really somebody, yeah, with issue like everywhere, everyone. I mean, I'm sorry, uh, like everyone. Yeah, I know he was sick. JFK was sick. It's true. He was uh, sick about. I don't remember the sickness. The translate name of the sickness, but it was really painful. He need injection of morphine and a lot of stuff. But I mean, and yeah,
and he had
it's
like
true.
Addison
He was.
or some shit.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think so. And I mean, this kind of guy like JFK, Luther King Jr., uh, RFK, uh, Robert Francis Kennedy. Uh, I mean, this guy had tried to change the world, and the answer of that was the death. It's so wow. and not just then death, the death of thousands of people. Because if you don't kill JFK, you don't have the Vietnam Wars, and if you don't have the Vietnam Wars, you have so much kids not death at this war. It's a shame. It's a shame. And what for? The money. Because what? The money is became a religion. It's my opinion. I can be wrong. And I assume I'm just a human after all. I can be wrong. But for me, from some people, the money is became a religion. A religion. The money. That's everything. I want more money. I want the money, money, money. Because if I have money, I won't be fame. I will be, I will be fame. I will be successful. I will be rich. I will. No, you are rich when you have love of people who will love you. When you have respect of people.
Jerome, yeah, you're absolutely right on there. The biggest killer in the world is not influenza; it's affluenza. It's the
Yes.
desire to have more. You mentioned
Yes.
Martin
True.
Luther, and I would also
Yes.
add in there. I
Malcolm
mean,
X.
I'm going to say Malcolm X is I've watched the documentary about him, and I really do like that fella.
Me too. Me too.
I think
Me too.
he's,
There,
you know,
there, there is a lot of people who say he was an extremist, but I don't agree. I doesn't
it.
agree.
I think you have to you have to come across well from his point of view. His history was that he grew up in an all-white school, didn't he?
Yeah,
As the only coloured guy,
yeah, yeah. It's right. Yeah, yeah, it's right.
and I think from his point of view, then he would have known about things. But no, I just love the way he talks, the way he presents presents his point of
Yeah, yeah,
view,
yeah, yeah,
and just the fact that it was it was a very peaceful. Everybody just needs to get on with one another.
yeah.
And completely disregard the fact that we've got these different you know different religions and stuff. It's something that certainly for me, as I've gotten older, it's something
I don't have.
I've gotten more and more interested in.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
Can I share with you a little bit of news about
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
Michael Bell case?
The
So
Michael Bell.
it was
Yeah, Michael
you've heard of
Bell.
that one, yeah?
I'm
So
yeah, I'm well
Another
aware.
case I'm not aware of.
I actually been thinking about reaching out to Michael Bell. He doesn't live too far from me. I have him on my channel.
Okay.
well, dude, I've done exactly the same, and he's put, "Hello, I am filing a complaint against the Attorney General on Friday with the
Yep.
Governor. My attention has been focused on that, but hopefully
Yeah.
we can get him on and have a talk about it. Because I mean, look, I don't know about you, but Michael Bell Jr. Was he running away from the car because maybe he had a drink and he just acted stupid, but he wasn't a threat to the police.
No.
Yeah.
And for
No.
them to then shoot him in the head, okay, you can say, well, the officer didn't know that his uh, gun holster had been caught by a wing mirror. But
Is it this one?
what? No, that's
No.
another interesting one. But
Ah,
that's not the Michael Bell case. But that's an interesting one. That's very
I'm
interesting.
so. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Do
No,
you want to talk
no. You're
about?
okay.
No.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
But if we just get back to the Michael Bell
Yeah.
situation, um, the police then, as Eric Ozee, the dude, also
Yeah.
revealed, and I mean Millbilly, if it's just it's Kenosha, that's just, is it just north of you or south of you?
Just south of me.
Just south of you. I mean, it's a shocking case of the police in Wisconsin making
And
up
you
their own
you are
various stories, scenarios as to what happened. None
And
of
you
them
are
make any
living in
sense.
Did you
you are
see the
living in
reenactment
Milwaukee,
videos they made to try to depict what happened?
Yeah.
and
Garbage.
you
Yeah.
are living in Milwaukee, right?
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Because I try to see, because for me it's it's not easy. Okay. Okay.
But isn't it the case that Kenosha is where Happy Days,
Yeah.
Monday, Tuesday, happy, and
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
a statue
Monday, Tuesday, happy days.
statue of the Fonz.
The statue of the Fonz is in Milwaukee. It's right by the river.
Ah,
Stay
right,
tuned.
right, and that was Henry Winkler, if I
Henry
remember rightly.
Winkler.
Yeah, Henry
Yeah,
Winkler.
Now
Stay
writes
cool
yeah.
children's books.
with
But
Fonzie.
yes,
Yeah.
but yes, Jerome, if you want to go on to that other case of the
Yeah.
Hartford
Yeah.
DA,
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
I thought that was an incredible line about the when he
Yeah. That's
talks
why.
about
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
the anti-police and the anti
Yeah. Yeah. I
um,
read the article. Yeah.
criminal.
Up.
I saw that video of again of Wendy Baldwin
Yeah. Oh
and
yeah.
her
Yeah. Yeah.
pals burning. Apparently, it was
Yeah.
a
Yeah. I saw
Calumet
that.
County's county officer uniform. Is that right?
Jennifer
Yeah.
Bath and yeah.
Yeah. I saw that. I was asking myself, it is a joke or what?
I mean,
No.
the actual fact of their burning this uniform is bad enough. It was the
Yeah.
language being used in that video by members of law enforcement. You think,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
hold on a sec, look, I know the police at times have a tough job, dealing with certain members of the community who they might perceive as being more violent or more troublesome, but to me, this whole sort of pigeonholing of everybody into various categories, to me that was pretty ridiculous. I did not like that at all, and it
No.
just
No.
it just echoed with me the fact that um, you know the people's perception of the police is one of if people are thinking all the police are bad guys, to me that doesn't sit well with me either, because not
No.
all
No.
police are bad guys. Not
No.
not
No.
everybody that joins the police does so
No.
with the implicit intent of I'm gonna be the next framer of Stephen Avery and Brendan Dassey. I
No.
I,
It
I
doesn't
don't
work
think for
like that.
one
No.
moment that that's
No.
what they do. They
No.
just get caught up in the system, and
Maybe
then
some. Maybe
yeah,
some. Maybe
yep,
some. Yeah.
yep,
Yeah.
yep,
For
yep.
sure. But
And then what you get is you get those excuse my language, the see you next Tuesdays in Manitowoc County who think that it's appropriate to do that, and
yeah. Yeah.
they give all law enforcement a bad name. And that was the thing that really annoyed me when I watched Making a
Yeah.
Murder was,
I
you know,
understand.
the my daughter asked me, would the police frame somebody? No, absolutely not, because it's too much of a risk. And then when you watch a documentary that completely blows up my theory,
Yeah.
Well, it's
and
not
then
even framing people; it's the fact that the prosecutors help them.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. When you listen Dev Begokta, I don't know if you have already heard all his comments about what he thinks happened there in Manitowoc, but I think he's right. Sadly,
mm,
sadly, I think he's right. There is some devil people right there, and even in the law enforcement, and even in highest level of uh, of power. So
mm,
yeah, I was naive too, Paul. Really. I mean, I need to admit I was naive. I was completely naive because before watching Making a Murderer, I was yeah, I was then in America. Sometime it was don't take that badly. It was sometimes somewhere the old west. You see what I mean?
Mm.
People uh, do what they want to do. um, I just put this thing. Eric Cozy really was passionate about the Michael Battle case, Earthing Break. Yeah.
Yeah. Can I just read a little line from the article?
Yeah, yeah, I was,
Yeah,
I was passing.
I've got it. I've got it in front of me. But yeah, if you wanna scroll down, that would be good.
Yeah,
But it's
yeah,
it's about this guy Joseph Casserly. I
yeah.
presume that's how you
I
pronounce his
start,
name.
I
Yeah,
start
keep
here.
keep, keep
Yeah,
going, keep going, keep going. Yep, that's it. Next paragraph. That's it. Yeah.
yeah.
So it says. Sorry, no, just there, just after the cartoons. It says Casserly, Joseph Casserly, maintains that he did nothing wrong, but rather, quote, fell into the whole anti-criminal justice movement where the cops are the bad guys and the prosecutors are the bad guys, end quote. And to me, that sums it up. It's like, because people are against us, people in the wider community, because they're against us, it's almost like they've got justification for not just bending the rules but breaking the rules, because they are the knights in shining armor that are trying to uphold, and to them, if you get collateral damage with people who are innocent getting put away or whatever, it doesn't matter. The end justifies the means is really what he's saying there, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
Yeah.
that for me is the big take. And I mean, the guy's retired, so he doesn't care that he's been disbarred.
No, I know. I
He's
know.
and
It's the
he and
same.
he's
And
he says that I don't get. He says I'm disappointed, but the real answer is, do I
yeah.
care? I don't give a damn. He said I wouldn't do anything to engage in the practice of law right now because it's such a screwed up obscenity. But it's like, what does he mean by that? A screwed up obscenity? You mean the fact
Yeah,
that
exactly.
you've got Netflix out there exposing all the corruption?
And it's not true. Yeah, it is. It is.
Anyway, on a lighter note, I would just like to ask Millbilly, how you doing? How's your um, Brewers doing?
Same old, same old.
Yeah, I thought they did very very well last season. I thought they got through to the finals, didn't they?
Yep, and then they tank just like they do every year.
Hey, at least you got there. At least you got there. What about Tottenham?
Jason, I love you. I love your answer because sometimes there is a long, long question. Oh, my belly, I have a question for you. Blah 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 blah. And your answer is yeah. I love that. I love you, guy. Really,
Uh,
I'm not joking of you. I'm joking with you. I mean, you are so true. You are so yourself. You are. Say
if
like
you
this.
want
Say like this.
Millbilly, if you want Millbilly to talk you through something, ask him about doing the OBS software, because I tell you what, the guy spent bloody hours with me, and I still haven't figured it out.
What you talking about? What?
But it was absolutely brilliant. That because I'm not a high tech guy really. I mean, um, just
Me,
recently I've,
me
I've
neither.
discovered how to do one or two things, but no, it's all brand new to me. But I think that in your case, Millbilly, you've actually spent quite a bit of time working on this stuff, haven't you?
Yep. Well, catch
Yeah,
on easily.
yeah, yeah.
Uh, some things just come naturally to me.
I think that's the thing, isn't it? It's what I like about the community is that you've got people who have got different attributes when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to certain things. You
Everybody
know,
is different. Yeah, yeah,
I mean, God help us if there was another Paul Capaldi out there, but thankfully there
yeah.
isn't. But do you know what I mean?
Not
It's
yet.
it's like
Not
like
yet.
yeah, everybody brings their own different thing to the table. It's a fantastic community, and it was really great to see Jeff Jones.
Yeah,
I thought he
I
sounded
really
like
appreciate
Jeff,
it.
Big
Yeah,
Jeff, as in Jeff Korea. And I've had a couple of good chats with him, and I mean, he's a great guy. I mean, look, all of the all of the ones that were in the original sort of cozy what was it to be
the
cozy
cozy wrecking crew.
hangouts, and
Yeah,
then
the
yeah,
cozy
but it was
hangout. Yeah,
cozy wrecking crew, and then you had
the cozy
I,
hangout.
I
Yeah,
remember Dr. Silkman before he went by the name of Dr. Silkman, as we all do, and then the whole foul play thing and all that. It's just a fantastic community.
yeah. About
Yeah.
community, I would like to talk about our community and other community because they deserve that. There is the full play community who making really a great job all time doing great video about the case. I mean, I I don't judge. I'm not a judge. I mean what I feel. And there is this guy there. Yeah, this little knight who say nee, who doing
Right.
an amazing job all the time, sharing sometimes Eric Cose's video,
All right. Yeah. Yeah.
remind us good times with him because it was. And Mr. Millbilly here, who is
Yeah.
not an hillbilly, because I
No,
see the difference.
he's certainly not a hillbilly.
No,
Nah.
Jason, I was listening Korn the other day. I was listening the early, I mean,
They
and
just came here.
yeah, and I was looking, I was uh, hearing in All in the Family. Come
Mhm.
on, hillbilly, and I was asking myself, what's a hillbilly can be, and I have watched what hillbilly it means, and that means somebody crazy, but it's nothing means with millbilly. Millbilly, yeah, is a little bit crazy, but is lovely. And but it's not the point. The point is he's doing an amazing
Hmm.
job with
Yeah.
his soul, with his fucking soul. I'm sorry for my French,
Was,
but
was that French or Belgium?
it's true. It's I don't know. It's Belgium or Lithuanian. I don't know.
Oh,
I can ask Tony Clifton if he can appear 2 times. Yeah, I will ask him if he can come after to talk a little bit because I know he's not happy with you, Paul. But
Jerome, I watched In Bruges again last night. It's about the
yeah,
57th time I watched it, and that is so funny.
do you have received the DVD I've sent to you, Paul?
You sent me a DVD
Yeah,
of
this movie.
I don't
No,
know. No.
no,
I ordered it on Amazon, and it came.
you
Does it come
you
came
you,
with the
you never
DVD? No,
received
no,
it.
no, no,
No.
no, no. Sorry. No. I've still got my original that I got like a while back. No, I got your flag. Got your flag,
Yeah. The
and I've got your book,
flag,
your
the
book of
book.
beers,
Yeah,
and I got the. You sent me some Belgian beers. It was very
yeah,
nice.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, but no,
Ah,
I
you
would
had
definitely I
never
would definitely
received
suggest
the.
people
Ah, okay.
check out In Bruges. It's a brilliant
Mm.
film. And
Talking about
I
movies.
noticed that Jerome Buting was recently in Bruges.
Yeah, and in Brussels. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I have told him enjoy your holiday because you will spend a nice holiday in Belgium, eating good food, drinking good beer, and spending nice time. And it's true. I don't know. In France, it's different. I don't want to be bad with French people, but
Okay.
it in Belgium is really different because we don't judge. We don't judge anyone, and we accept everybody for what he is,
Mm.
and we never judge, and we are all really open about everything. The that's what we are, and I don't know. Sometimes people say, "Yeah, this is really different because in Belgium you see the difference. They are really open-minded, and it's lovely because Belgian people are nice, but not all. They are they are crazy people. So like everywhere, it's true. But in the same times, it's true. Then we are opening. We
Yeah.
are
Yeah.
open-minded. Yeah.
Joe, I'm going to have to go soon because it's now my midnight. It must be your 1 o'clock. But but
Yeah,
but
yeah,
but
yeah.
but but
There is no problem. There is no
but but,
problem.
but,
This
but,
is
but I do have a final question for Mill Billy, and that is to
yeah,
do with
sure.
Andy Corbin. Is he screwed?
Hmm.
You mean proper fucked?
Yeah, if he doesn't
Yeah.
drop his case, he's going to be sued by Netflix for
Gee
court
whiz!
costs and
Wow,
attorney
wow.
fees.
That is fantastic news. And excuse the language, but it's after midnight here, so like as anybody would know, when I get after midnight, the language gets completely different. Check out me and the dude at the
It's
at
true.
the rally
Yeah,
house. At the rally house.
yeah, it's true. It's true. It was really, really exceptional. It was
uh,
really exceptional. I was not there because it was it was impossible to be there at the time. But I remember the footage you sent to me. I've watched. Then Richard and sent to me, and I have watched. It was really a good time for you. Really, you have spent really incredible time with him. It was
I just loved it. I just loved it when we set him up big time with the Jerome. What is the French or the Belgian for a cold ass honky?
and Ericosi.
I know, of course.
And he was die laughing. Yeah, I know,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know.
yeah,
But he was. I don't know for you because you have met him in real, but for
yeah.
me, he was he was in the same times a mentor, and in the same times he was a child.
Oh, very much
Really,
so. Yes, he actually
yeah,
he actually he
because
actually, he actually got in touch with me, right, when we met up in Australia. I came back, and you can't help but be inspired by Stacey Seabrook.
Hmm.
The guy is absolutely wonderful, and
absolutely, yeah.
when Millbilly, you've done the same. You stopped drinking, so I stopped drinking for like 3 months, and then the dude got in touch with me like a week before we were meeting up in Manitowoc, and he says, "Dude, do you have to keep up the no alcohol? Could you just relax it, please, just for a few days?" And I really thought about it, and I decided, and I said to you this, look, when we go to Manifoc, then I'm quite happy to have a few drinks because Wisconsin is a fantastic place. It's a fantastic place. The people there are
I assume,
fantastic.
yeah,
They,
yeah.
look, if you ever want to meet salt of the earth people, go to Wisconsin. You will not be disappointed. The people there are fantastic. Obviously, one or two exceptions and that think they're above everybody else, i.e., some people in law enforcement. But the the the
Yeah,
the,
like
ba- the
everywhere.
base
Yeah,
Ask Mark Codinett about people in Wisconsin. He'll tell you the same. We will all
Yeah.
tell you the same. We went there. We found the people really nice. It's just a really beautiful place to go, particularly where we were on the shores of Lake Michigan. And so yeah, I'd already decided before going out there. I'd spoken with a drummer, and he said, "Yeah, what I do when I go on holiday. I just stitch the car for a week, and therefore I can just have a few beers every night." So I'd already decided I would have a few beers. Trouble is, a few beers leads to a few more, leads to a few more, leads to all sorts of other shenanigans. So anyway, um, unfortunately, the footage is out there. But no, I don't regret any of that. That was quality time that we got to spend together. Not just with the dude, but also with likes of Linda Kay and Wanda, obviously Denise
Ali, yeah,
and
Denise,
Ali and Pom
yeah, yeah,
Pom and Fen.
Julie, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
fan,
and then obviously I got to meet. I didn't meet Alan, but I met Chuck and Dolores, um, Tracy Stronsey, Carla Chase. I was absolutely
yeah,
delighted to meet,
Tra-
and
Tracy,
yeah, and Stacy,
yeah,
Stacy, yeah, her husband. Who else did we meet there? There were just so many that I do apologise because I've probably missed somebody out, but it was just a fantastic experience, and to actually say to people, I'm going to America for 5 days. Oh, where are you going? And they think you're going to Disney World, or you're going to
yeah,
New
or
York,
Las
or you're going
Vegas,
to Florida,
yeah,
and yeah, Las
yeah,
Vegas, and it's like I'm
yeah,
going to Wisconsin to visit a scrapyard, and it's like that, it's why would you do that? Because it's such an iconic case. Because eventually this is going to be a game changer.
yeah, because we are justice warrior. That's
Yeah,
why. Yeah,
yeah.
but I understand. I understand. It's it's amazing. When I see the situation, it's amazing. All around the world, people care about about that, but just not that.
Mhm.
About all kind of case like this, because people start to understand what happened and understand then there is or so much wrongful conviction over there. So people, yeah, people realize, like me, I was naive. I was completely naive about the system who can
Mhm.
destroy not just one person like Stephen or
Mhm.
Brandon, but all the family. All the family. I mean, the story, the story about Stephen, but not just Stephen. I mean, there is different story. I was talking about Luke Mitchell, but it's the same thing. It's so sad. It's so the the investigation was so poorly made.
Mhm.
Uh, Dr. Sandra Lynn had write a great book about the case.
Yeah, Luke Mitchell. Yeah, Innocence Betrayed.
Yeah. Innocence Betrayed here. A really, really great book. And I mean, there is so much case you don't understand because for you it's nonsense. It's nonsense. I was when I sometimes just for not the pleasure I mean, but just like
Yeah.
this I rewatch MAM,
Hmm.
and sometimes I think it's just a fictional thing, if you know
Hmm.
what I mean, because
Yeah.
it's so huge. It's so huge.
Yes. Yep.
It's
But here's the thing, Jerome and Millbilly. I I don't know about you, but I feel that up and coming lawyer. I mean, I've got pupils that are are going on to law school,
Hmm.
and I've already said to them, what effect do you think making a murderer will have on you as lawyers? And they were all like, wow, it's going to open my eyes to so much more. And
Yeah,
that's going to be the legacy of making a murderer. It is obviously the best. I mean, whether or not we get an evidentiary hearing, there's no reason why Laura and Moira can't do a Making a Murderer 3 and just cover
no, it's
all of the
possible.
fact
Yeah,
that
yeah,
everything is being denied, and just really really make it so claustrophobic on
yeah,
the legal system that eventually they have to give in, because of the pressure. That would be my wish if we don't get any joy in the Supreme Courts. But
yeah. Because they
even
have already so much footage about that. Then
yeah,
she
yeah.
can talk about to made season 3. So
Well,
yeah,
I mean, I don't know about you. I would quite happily listen to 10 hours of Kathleen Zellner talking about the case.
Me too.
no, yeah, you too. No, I don't. No.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to say cheerio because it's now 12:15. And Millbilly, have you
Yeah,
got work?
thank.
Have you got work today, buddy? You off
No.
today?
Yep.
Oh my goodness, you'll be doing another video about Corbyn, will you?
Maybe.
Yeah, excellent.
Paul, thank you very much to be here with you tonight. It was really a
No, no, no,
pleasure.
no, 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 no. Thank you for the invite, and it was great to meet Jeff Jones at long last.
Yeah,
It's
it was
great to
great.
meet yourself and Millbilly. So it's all equal.
Likewise.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so
Catch you later.
yeah, spend a good night and catch you later. And if you are done ready to his channel, please hit
Uh,
subscribe because it's really good quality. Mr.
cheers. Well, yeah.
Capaldi.
Mr.
Cheers.
Millbilly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Have a good
Yeah,
one.
Fentrick. Thank you. Yeah.
yeah,
See you
but
later.
it's see
Cheers,
you later,
guys.
Paul. Cheers.
Later.
See you.
Cheers. Yeah, it was really interesting. Uh, Jason, would you like to continue to talk, or do you want to go? Or
I got
I
some things I got to get done, but well, anytime you want to talk, just let me know. As long as I'm available, I'll be there.
yeah, okay, there is no problem. I was doing this first open mic discussion for the first time to see what happened, and it was really nice. But I will continue because I have stuff to say, and so I mean, if you want to stay, stay. If you want to go, go. I mean, it's always a pleasure to have you because I already told you, and I will continue to tell people. Then sometimes I see on social media. Don't take it bad, Jason, but I see Melbilly is sometimes cold. Cold? No, Melbilly is shy. Is shy. Is just shy, and is a really good person. I can tell you that is really a good soul, a beautiful soul. Is a
Oh,
real person, not 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 joking with feelings of anyone. Is himself. He stay himself. He doing what he thinks to do is good, and he's doing really a real great job. So I really appreciate him like a person because he's really a human being like there is no so much. I mean there is there is the guy, and this guy deserves a lot of respect. This is what I want to say to you because
Or,
is
in
it
my
true?
opinion, I don't deserve anything. Nobody deserves anything.
I know, I know, I know what you think because you you are like me, and as me, I don't think I don't deserve anything because I'm just we me to say to say I'm just me, and I do what I do, and I don't deserve anything. But you know, people, real people, are really rare in this world today, and meet people like you, Jason. It's rare, and I'm glad to call you my friend. Really.
Well, thank you. But I gotta get going.
Yeah. Thank you very much to be with me tonight. It
No
was
problem.
really a great pleasure, and you are welcome when you want.
All right. You have a good night.
See you. Bye
Later.
bye. Yeah, we will continue. Okay. I hope you are not tired. I am just a little tired, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I would like to talk, yeah, about some books. Yeah. I was talking about Innocence Betrayed by Dr. Sandra Lynn. Oh, sorry. Sorry. This is my keyboard. Maybe we will have another guest. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I send the invitation. If you want the invitation, con- contact contact me directly by Facebook Messenger, and I will send you. I send message of Maybelline. Thank you very much again, Jason. Thank you very much again. It's always always a pleasure to talk to you. Always. It's a real great guy. I mean, I'm not joking. Uh, I was talking about Sandra. Sandra who had wrote this book about the Luke Mitchell case. Um, it's available on Amazon. I think so. Me, I have yeah, I have a special dedicate from her because I'm Jerome. So no, I'm joking. I'm joking. No, but this this book is really interesting because she she has she had studied psychology. She's graduate in psychology, and she's on this case from day one, from the Mitchell case from day one, and so she's so passionate too about this case. She's a real person. She's so true. She's herself, and I hope I will have her a day soon on the channel to talk with her about her life and everything. And she is a great person. I would like to talk about other books, the books of Donna Frankar. I've seen Dead People, The Diaries of the Deputy Coroner. It's a really good book. I would like to receive her, to have her on this channel to to do an interview about her book and his life too, and something normal. I because I have loved this book. Wait, because I need to show you things that I don't have all stuff in my possession. So okay, here we go. I would like to talk about somebody I really liked, Mr. Ned the Han. Oh my gosh. He wrote a book, Mr. Ned the Han, Killer on the White House, a story of the evening watchman. Where does the light end? Where does the darkness begin? There is light, the mystery. Ned the Han is the host of Black Box Online Radio, available on YouTube and Launch Patch 1. From the Greek state of West Virginia, thank you to everyone. I mean, Ned had wrote this book based. It's a novel. It's a kind of novel based on the Zodiac killer mystery. It's it's really good, really good. Ned is from BBOR. BBOR. It's Black Box Online Radio. You can find it on YouTube. It's really excellent, really excellent. It covers a lot of subjects like the Zodiac killer, like the disappearance of Donna Lass, like um, so much thing. DB Cooper, the Manson family, the CIA connection between the Manson family and the Zodiac. Uh, I mean, there is so much to cover, and he do it so well. I will give him a big shout out because Ned is really good. I mean, he don't pay me to say that. Nobody pays me to say that. I love listen Black Box Online Radio on YouTube. I really told you please subscribe to his channel. It's really good content. I would like to talk about Mr. Mr. Thomas Henry Horan. I don't have this book here because my wife is not here for today, and she had the book with her to because I have asked to her to read it, and Thomas Henry Horan had wrote two books at least, uh, and he wrote a book about the zodiac, the Hawks theory. Then he doesn't think then the zodiac had never exist. It was a Knox theory. It was the the murder had really happened, but the letter sent to the Francisco Chronicle and the other paperwork was a hoax. It is his theory. I which I disagree because for me, but is I can be wrong. He can be right. I don't judge. Nobody knows about the zodiac. People can know and say, "Oh, I know who the zodiac was." It's completely BS. Completely. I would like to share with you something about that, about the Zodiac Killer, if you're interested by. It's something really, I was really laughing about that because I am on this case, on the Zodiac case from 2001, I think, and it was really incredible. Yeah, Twisted Mind, Zodiac Killer, Gary Francis Poe. Francis Poe's would killed indiscriminately and had no conscience claim pale. Alleged alleged Zodiac killer Gary Francis Poe's would like I've already said that. Only this week Post was identified as the man behind the notorious murder in San Francisco in 1960s by the team of specialist investigators. This is the sketch of the Zodiac, and this is the picture of Gary Post. So this is the proof. I, I will not read everything because it's not easy for me to read, but they've claimed that this guy was the Zodiac because yeah, this guy was the Zodiac because they were thinking about this guy, and I think the disappearance of Donalas. I don't know if you already heard about the disappearance of Donalas. It was on the Lake Tahoe during the 70s. Uh, I think this guy was suspect by the police for that, and I think they think then it was maybe him, but they had no proof. The FBI had confirmed anything. They completely deny. The Valerio police deny. Everybody denies. So no, and I mean every years there is somebody new who come to say, "Hey, my father was the Zodiac. Hey, my grandfather was the Zodiac. Hey, I know who the Zodiac was." No, 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 no. It's not. No, no. I would like to talk about somebody I think is right. It's Mr. Drew Hurst Besson. Mr. Drew Hurst Besson. Sitting in on the Zodiac Killer and mastered American and most puzzling unsolved murders. He is right. I think then the killer. This book is available on Amazon, like this other one. Out of Bounds. What happened to the Yuba County Five? It's a really interesting story. Really, really read. Really, really read. Uh, really strange. I mean, uh, available also on Amazon. And Mr. Drew Bison had like Ned a YouTube channel, so you can subscribe to Drew Bison. It's Dr. Drew Dreweson, and you can find it also in paper. This one, the cloak of I've always struggled to say that. Britrine, Britrine, the cloak of the Britrine. It's a novel too, available also on Amazon, on paperback or on other platform. It's possible. And I would like to talk about also two other books I really like, think are interesting. It's Illusion of Justice by Mr. Jerome Buting. It's really, really, really good. It show you what's wrong with the American justice system and the Wrecking Crew by John Ferrack. It's it's you need to read that. You really need to read that. Really, really. It's it's incredible. It's incredible. Incredible. I would like to talk to you more about other books, but I don't want to bother you neither. So it was a great time. Um, I hope we will have another open mic discussion in 2 weeks of almost 2 hours with maybe the same or other people. I don't know. I never prepare anything. So I hope you guys are fine. I hope you are well and take care because life is alive, but you need to take care. But by the way, cheese, because that's always what we're doing in Belgium. It says cheese to say. Cheese mean a good health. That's what it's mean. But we don't drink cola for that. We drink beer. I drink cola because it's late. But thank you very much. It was a really good time to be here tonight with you. It was a long time, I know. I know. Since the last time, I think it was 3 months ago, I was with Sharon on live, uh, waiting for Drew, who was not available at the time, but I was not aware because he was really busy. We were thinking to talk about the Zodiac Killer case with Sharon and Drew, and sadly Drew never showed up because he was really, really, really busy, and he was really, really apologize about that. And I'm I know I'm not a usual YouTuber. I know that because the usual YouTuber make a video every weeks or every 2 weeks or every month. It depends. Me, I do a video when I feel it because I want to stay true. I want to stay myself. I want to stay who I am. And who I am is the one you see here. I don't play role. I don't think it's important at all. I'm not looking for fame or shame. uh, I'm not looking for money. I'm not looking to be interesting. I'm just trying to do what I can to do to have more justice in this world. Is not easy at all. Is not easy at all. But wait, I was thinking I was over, but maybe not. Maybe not. We will maybe have special guests. We'll maybe have special guests. I don't know. I don't know. Everything can happen. But I would like to say to you in the chat, you, the viewers, I would like really to thank to you. Uh, on Twitter, on Facebook, where you follow me for the reason you have, you are really, really kind, really smart, really, really classy. I never received that threat or BS. I always receive good comments. I always receive love, and I really appreciate. I really appreciate. It's nice. It's nice from you. Really. Thank you. Thank you. I try to do my best, so thank you. Thank you very much. I, I'm waiting for to see if somebody is coming. Maybe a guest. I don't know. We will see. I don't know. We will see. So I'll be wait just 5 minutes to see if somebody's coming. Okay? You agree with me? We will wait 5 minutes to wait to see if somebody is coming. If nobody is coming, it's bad. But no, I'm joking. If nobody's coming, it's like this. Uh, what I want to talk about. There is so much to talk about. Yeah. Oh my god. Do you have any question for people who are in the chat? Dark side of the moon. Do you have a question, honey? Bum, ba, bum, ba, bum, ba, bum, bum, ba, bum, ba, bum, bum, ba, bum, ba, bum, ba, bum. Is the interlude. Bum, ba, bum, ba, bum, ba, bum, bum, with my blue lights. Bum, ba, bum, ba, bum, ba, bum. 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 I will not have a copyright with YouTube with this song. Bum, ba, bum, ba, bum, ba, bum. Bum, ba, bum, ba, bum, ba, bum, ba, bum, ba, bum, ba, bum. Ah, a question. Who do you think the killer is in the every case? Ah, hmm. It's a good question. Is Dill a killer? I'm not sure. For me, my first thought is Ryan completely involved for I was thinking about Halloween because we are approaching yeah, what happened. Yeah, I see what you mean. Uh, I'm I was thinking about Halloween, and this is a period of the time then you made scary thing to to afraid people. So this way was never watched in the site. It's maybe an accident because something we were supposedly funny turned wrong and she died. And after that, why the cops? Yeah, I see why the cops had do what they do for frame Steven, but I don't understand the reaction of the family, the lack of emotion, the sweep of the tongue of Micah back about the grieving process, the way then Ryan Hillegas moved directly on her home. He is directly involved with everything. It's maybe a crime scene. You need to involve, and it was never. So for me, it's incredible. What happens for me? She is maybe deaf at home by accident or by killing. She was buried on Cuss Road, and after the police had figured out what happened, they can prove Stephen Avery had done it because there is other stuff we show. Then it was not him. They burn her and they frame it. That's why I think it happened. Oh yeah, I have a guess. I have a guess. From USA, ladies and gentlemen, the wee Pikachu. Welcome, Becca.
Hi,
How you doing?
I'm good. I just woke up. Sorry I'm late.
No, don't be sorry. It's a first open mic discussion. It was it was really good, and
Yeah.
I was thinking, yeah, it was the end because nobody was there, and no, you're there. So
I'm
yeah, so
here.
yeah,
Yay.
yeah. So you just wake up. What the time it is for you?
It is 4:42 p.m. for me.
Oh yeah, okay.
I sleep during the day cuz I work at night.
Ah, you work at night. What do
Yeah.
you do like work?
I'm a caregiver for intellectually and disabled people.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Ah, ah,
So I
it's
work night
nice.
shift.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice, but
Yeah.
it's exhausting. It's something really exhausting, I think.
It's hard. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
hard.
it's
The
hard.
sleep hours are hard if you're not used to them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And how are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm doing all right. Yeah. I can't complain.
No, I know, but
I mean, I
you
could
know,
complain, but
everybody had issues, you know?
yeah, exactly. Everybody's got something
Everybody.
going on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So
But
today it's an open mic discussion. So you are really, really welcome to talk about what you want. What you want. You
anything?
anything, anything. If you want to talk about pizza, you talk about pizza.
I was just gonna say the only thing that I have that's like really absolutely frustrating is I've been trying to paint something the last few days. And I bought the stencil from the dollar store and it just wasn't working, so I had to throw the stencil away, and that's what I've been mostly frustrated about. So
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. I
yeah.
mean,
But
yeah.
I kinda like been seeing the chat. Um Yeah, I guess it's Making a Murder was the last thing you guys were talking about.
Yeah, yeah. We were talking about making a murderer. We have talked
Yeah.
about a lot of subject during the night, the JFK assassination, the Zodiac killer, the case, yeah,
I noticed
everything.
that you follow the Zodiac killer stuff.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
since a
did
long
they
time.
so they finally found who
No,
could have killed, or is it just another theory?
no, it's just another theory. Like I was sharing with people early,
Mm,
they think, yeah, again, one time per year, you have somebody we think the Zodiac was his father or somebody
mhm.
he knew, or you know. And
Yeah.
this time I don't know why the Suns, the Sun, the Fox News had related this information that this called 40 expert, I don't know in what, but they figure out by just a picture, by two picture, by the way, by two picture, and by the fact he was living in the area at the time,
Yeah.
uh, then he was the Zodiac killer because he was looking like the sketch made at the time, and
Right.
in 2000, in no, not in 2000, in 1980, he took
Yeah.
a picture, a kind of a selfie, a kind of selfie. Uh, I don't know if you saw that, but it's so ridicule. I mean, they have nothing. They have nothing. The FBI have refuted everything. The Valero police have refuted everything. San Francisco say the same. I mean, nah, it's again something to talk about the case, but I mean, Mr. Drew Bison had deserve more attention than this called expert. Yeah, because he's more on the right killer than this guy think is
Right.
Gary Francis Post. Yeah, I think he was in this case because he was not involved, but he was just around. Uh, he was living in the same times around where Donna Last was last seen, and I don't know. I don't know why they think he is the Zodiac killer. They have no proof of anything. But
Right.
I don't know. It is what it is, you know?
Yeah. And I watched a documentary, I think like a year or two ago, about this guy who thought his dad was a Zodiac killer.
Ah, yeah.
It was an interesting documentary, but yeah, it's one of those things that, oh, sorry, my puppy got a beetle.
Oh, don't be sorry. Don't be sorry.
She got a beetle that she's gonna try and play with. But anyway, yeah, it's one of those things that unless it's kind of like with the Stephen and Brendan case, unless you have some sort of like DNA or
Yeah,
whatever,
in this case, the thing is you have in the DNA you have 16 markers, right? And in
Right.
this case, from the stamp, from the cold zodiac, you have just five markers. So if you want to compare the markers, you just have five markers to compare it. You see?
Yeah.
So it's difficult because the DNA, they don't have so much DNA to compare. They have handwriting to compare. They have, yeah, there is so circumstantial evidence in this case for incriminate people, like actually Allen was maybe in a kind of involved in this case. Maybe I say maybe. Um,
Yeah.
I mean, when you don't have the proof, you don't have the proof. It's like this. You can terrorize all the time, but it's
Right.
not. It's not the proof.
Exactly. Yeah. Well. Yeah. I mean, I hope one day that the once again with the
They
beetle.
will figure
Um.
out who,
Yeah, I
who
hope one
was.
day
Yeah.
they'll go with, yeah, they'll find something with the Zodiac killer because obviously it's been so many years, and
Ah,
it would be
yeah, and for
nice
the
to have
victim
a,
family, yeah. For the
yeah,
victim and the victim family, it's really important, even after all these years. Yeah, I know.
yeah, yeah. Well, especially I think for society in general because that was such a
Yeah.
profound like time, and terror everybody was going through during that time in that area, and
Yeah,
yeah,
California at the time was really a place in changeling or changement. I don't know what the exact term, but it was 68 and 69. We have a
yep,
lot of stuff in 68 with in 69 with Woodstock, with the Charles Manson
mhm,
case. We have with the murder of uh, the Tate and LaBianca. We have the first man of the moon. We have the killing of RFK. We have the Zodiac killer. We During this period of time, there is so much thing during this time. It's difficult for us today to go back in time, put ourselves in this position, and
right,
understand the context. And that's what I'm trying to do. And it's difficult because you I I live in Europe. I don't live in the United States, and I don't live in San Francisco during. I never live in San Francisco, and not and even not in the 60s. So it's really 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 difficult to try to understand the philosophy, the the mind of the people. But
Mhm.
I try to with the Manson case, with with the hippie movement, with the civil rights, with everything was happening at the time, with the CIA in the same
Yeah.
times, with 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 the kind of MK Ultra things. And yeah, I have read so much. I know, with the GFK assassination, it was the beginning for the end. It was the start.
Right.
And for me, I see that this line uh, completely destroyed from this day where GFK was killed, because it was a coup d'etat, a real coup d'etat to change the face of the world. And it works. It works really well. And today we are the product of this coup d'etat, because what happened in America happened the same in Europe, in China, in everywhere in the world. I mean, we are all connected, and we are all the same.
Yep.
We are all human beings with feelings. So we are not machines. We are not,
Right.
we deserve more attention, more privilege than we have. And that's what JFK was looking for. And he was killed for that. For other reason too, for sure. But he was killed by his own government for to trying to change the world. And that's why what happened to people who want to change the world. Malcolm X was somebody like this, like that. Martin Luther King was somebody like this.
Mhm.
There is so much people who try to change the world and act in the right way, and are stopped or killed or shut down. You see, it's
Yeah.
it's not easy, because you think then you're doing the right thing, and you're doing the right thing, but you always have enemy be on in front of you, always
Right.
on in or in your back, and or around you. Your best friend are your enemies sometimes.
Right.
And it's really tricky. It's really tricky, and you don't and you realize then you cannot trust anymore in the justice system, because you understand then when you are poor or not really rich, you don't have a lot of money, and you are trapped in this in something, you are fucked up. It's over. It's over. Stephen was right when he say poor people lose all the time. He was right.
Right.
I was naive. I was naive at the beginning about the justice system in America. I was really naive, but I'm not anymore. And he was really right. Poor people lose all the time, because
Right.
the system has so much power to destroy people, and it's horrible to see that, and see that it happen again and again and again
Right.
and again. And wow, what
Well,
can we do? And
that's one of the problems I think with what we have in America, at least. I don't know about other places, but um, it's almost like it's set up to be a losing battle if you're not privileged or have money to deal with it. So, like they say, get the best lawyers. Well, the best lawyers are certainly not cheap. And if you can't afford a lawyer at all,
No,
like,
no, no, no,
in
no. I know.
Brendan's case, his family couldn't afford a really good lawyer. They had to go through the system and get a assigned, defense lawyer. And I mean, we all
Is
see
it
how that turned out.
you
So,
see? Is the same? Sorry, sorry to interrupt you, but you see, it's the same. It's the same case in the healthcare system. If you don't have the
right.
money, you are
It's
fucked.
exactly, yeah, it's exactly the same.
Yeah,
And the healthcare system is, in my opinion, I've dealt with the healthcare system for a very long time, through my own health issues, and it's kind of like if you don't have the money for the procedures that you need, then it's, oh
it's
well.
over. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and no matter what you have,
Yeah.
there's nothing,
No, no. I know.
there's nothing.
I know. It's
Yeah,
a
you
shame.
can.
It's incredible because
Yeah,
in Europe, in Belgium, by the way, and in Scotland, in UK, and in France, I know that for a fact, it doesn't work like this at all.
right,
Everything is it's almost free. So when you need to go to the doctor or the hospital, it's almost free. So
right,
when you understand, then you need to pay, and so much money, so much. Then,
right.
then sometimes you need to do you need to work to have multiple job in the same times to cover your insurance. It's crazy. It's crazy because we are talking about human beings. We are not talking about machine or it's it's disgusting, and we will love to change this. We will
Right,
love to change this, but how? This is the question. Yeah, we try to do our best to talking about and
right,
to talking about, but to change the system, it's really something tricky because during the time people believe in money, money, it's a big religion. So
mhm, yeah, but yeah, no, I agree. Hopefully, I don't know, like, I do hope for better for our country and but I've lost faith in politics, so I don't know.
I understand.
I had faith in politics, um, honestly, but the whole Governor Evers thing really changed my I had so much faith in, um yeah, I had so much faith in politics, and then Governor Evers happened with this whole Brendan thing, and it's completely shattered. And it's no offense to any political thing. Like, I'm not exactly party oriented, but I did have a little bit faith in, like, the Democrats and all that stuff. And no, like, after now
Yeah,
with all
yeah,
this Governor Evers stuff, it's like, is there anybody who's actually in politics that actually cares that there's this kid who's been in prison for 15, 16 years? You know what I mean?
yeah,
For
yeah,
nothing.
yeah. I know.
And
For
the
nothing.
same way with Steven, like,
Yeah, yeah.
so I mean,
Yeah,
um
I know. So
it's been
sometimes,
2020 has been like, what is it, 2021 now? 2020 and 2021 have been
yeah,
really rough years as far as how I feel about the system and politics and like,
oh yeah, yeah. I understand you. Yeah, yeah. I can feel what you feel because you feel betrayed by the system and not safety in the same times.
right,
Not in good hands because you want to believe in the system, but you cannot.
right,
And I was like this. I was like this, and often people ask me, uh, "You are more Trump." Uh, it was before. You are more Trump or Biden?
Right.
No one.
Um.
No one. I'm
Yeah.
I'm not a Democrat, and I'm not uh, a Republican, because I don't
I.
believe in this kind of stuff. You see, I
Yeah.
don't
See,
see on the both side.
when I first started voting, I actually registered as an independent because I've never believed in voting for the lesser of two evils. So, like, I've always voted for what felt right or who sounded better, or not better, but sounded what aligned with my values and stuff. And
Yeah, yeah,
some
yeah.
years that was a
Yeah,
Democrat and some years that was a Republican. But then I recently, within
yeah,
I think
it
the
was
last 10
more about the
years,
people. It was more about the person herself. It was more
yeah,
about the feeling you was feeling about the person than.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But like recent, like within, let's say, like the last 10 years, I changed it to Democrat because I wanted to vote in America. If you register as independent, you can't vote in the primaries. So you have to be either registered Republican or Democrat. So
Oh,
I registered as a Democrat because I wanted to vote in the Democratic preliminaries.
yeah.
Um, which did me no good at all anyway, because
No.
the one that I wanted to win in the Democratic primaries didn't win anyway. And yeah, so I might go back to independent because I'm at this point, I'm like, I have a really hard time feeling like my vote matters anyway in America. And I say this because in America during election day, I live in Arizona, and a lot of everyone is 2-3 hours ahead of me. And the way they have it set up with the electoral colleges, other states basically, if a politician wins other states that are 2 or 3 hours ahead of me, then they'll win the election.
Okay. Okay.
Um, so they announce things throughout the day during the election, right? And if I'm standing in line, and this has happened to me 2 times in a president race, where
Oh
I'll be
yeah.
standing in line, like I'll be an hour before the polls close, and they'll announce the president of the United States. So I'm kind of like, okay, then why am I standing here? If I, at least wait until the next day to announce it. Like you don't, but then that's kind of the feeling that you get behind it. Especially if you live in a place like Hawaii, which is considerably behind. Hawaii, I've often heard, has never felt included in America because what's their vote gonna do for
Hmm.
presidency? You know,
Yeah, yeah,
if
yeah.
you announce who the president is before they even get a chance to finish voting themselves. But that's I've always kind of felt like that, where I just kind of felt like my vote never really mattered in America, and that's kind of sad. So
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
it's it's a very sad and gloomy feeling, especially when you grew up thinking like you could make a difference in the world, even in these little ways of voting. And I still vote. Like I vote for local things, like local bills and laws and stuff
Yeah, it's
like
more
that.
important. Yeah, it's more important.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
as far as the presidency goes, like I mean, last this year I wrote in a candidate. Not this year, but this block of presidents. Um, I wrote in a candidate's name. I didn't pick either one because I didn't want either one of them. I don't like Biden just as much as I don't like Trump. So I wrote in a person's name, and then I found out that even in Arizona, writing in a person's name who's not registered doesn't count. So your vote's thrown away.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, Anita for Evers.
yeah, I want to believe that Evers, as somebody who works as an educator, who seems like, I mean, for all intents and purposes, he seems like a really decent guy. Um, I would like to think that, but then I would like to think that anybody who is not corrupt, who sat down and looked at Brendan's case, would absolutely, without a doubt, say this kid is innocent and needs to be free.
Yeah, I know.
So,
I know. I know. I know. I I have difficulty
sorry,
in
the
this
dogs are
case
in the
to.
background barking.
Oh, don't worry. It's a life. It's like this. I have difficulty to understand this kind of people if they know then people was framed in this case, and the real killer is still out there, and they do nothing. They participate to the crime. I mean, in a sense.
Yeah, they're just as bad. Then
Yeah,
yeah,
and it happened again and again and again. So I was asking me if it was no more political than we think, and I think so. I think
yeah,
it's really, really more political than we think, and I think there is a lot of people involved in this case who don't want then we talk about them because they are afraid and their name were released. You see what I mean?
yeah,
And because they were in bad position, and but the, there is so much nonsense in this case. I don't know what you think about the case, but there is so much nonsense. There is
oh,
so
with
it's
Steven and Brendan's case,
yeah.
it is like an absolute train wreck. I don't, everything from the time that they were convicted, or even the trials, or all the way up to now, it's just been nothing but, like, I don't understand how it got so bad, even sometimes.
No,
Like,
me
it
neither.
literally,
No,
like,
no.
we have the system, and that's what I mean. Like, I've lost faith in the system, because in a sense we should have had things set up in the system to prevent things like this from happening. And
Yeah.
it's just, it happened, and that's because the people in power know how to work the system to manipulate it to make it happen. And
What
it's
was
just
really
really,
ironic was the fact that in the same time then Stephen was convicted, the law, the every law was agree to the Wisconsin court for that kind of stuff never happened again, and it happened again. So
right.
it's
That's what I mean. Everything, like, even when the investigation, like, they said, oh well, we won't let, what was it, Manitowoc police go in and on the Avery property and look, and then what, they let Manitowoc police walk in, and, like, why wasn't that stopped? Like, just stuff like that, where,
yeah, I know.
and then they let it go, and then they're just like, and then they just let it, like, I would, and I'm sure as a lawyer, like, Dean and Jerry did everything they could. I don't know, Bo. I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know if what they could have done better, if they could have done better, I have no idea. And a lot of it is they were working with what they were given, and a lot of things they weren't given.
Yeah, it's true.
So,
It's true. Just one thing who always make me asking why there were no refute that it was when they present to the court the raffle were why Stephen was agree then it was a raffle because instead it was a green raffle on the photo on the picture this is a blue raffle so
mhm.
why this is agree about the fact this is a car and why Jerome Buting and Dean Strang say nothing about the fact
Hmm.
that Karen Albrecht had reported that the car was green. On the flyer, the car was green. Stephen reported the car was green. Everybody reported the car was green, and we found a blue car on the every salvage yard. Why? Why Dean and Jerome don't go on that and say, "Hey, sorry, but Teresa
Yeah,
Albach was driving a green car, not a blue one."
right.
There's
So,
something I've always feeling strange in this case from the beginning. It was the case. It was the car. When they find the car, it was not the good car, and
hmm
and and they say nothing. So I was a little bit troubled, but I may be wrong. I may be wrong.
so then are you a one Rav or a two Rav guy?
I I think that there were two Rav because I think the first one was Byrne to try to convict Stephen on Zander Road to burn the
Hmm.
car and make think that that's why he made 1 year 1 month early with another car, and after that everything was burned, so it was nonsense to put the car on the property, so they need another car. That's why the the number, I don't remember the number, uh, uh, you find the v no, not the VPN. The VPN is for internet. The help me
Um,
help me
are you
back up
talking?
because
Are you talking about the license plate? Because the VPN
no,
is the
no,
car
no.
that goes with the car.
No. The thing who Pam Sturm tried to read when she called the
Yeah, I
police
think that's the VPN.
is the VPN.
I think so. Yeah, that's the number that's unique to the car that they put
I
on
was
there
thinking
for.
VPN. It was for but it's maybe for internet
I
too.
think that's what I'm not a car person, so
No,
but I
but
think that's what it is. Is the VPN is the number on the car? It's usually on like the side of the door, or
yeah.
yeah,
So,
yeah, or
but
in the window or something like that.
yeah. But in the same times with the track of the dog, I have my doubt. With
Oh, VIN
but
number. Yeah, VIN.
yeah, the VIN
There we
number.
go. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Oh, thank you, Christina. Thank you.
yeah.
The VIN number. Yeah,
See, I knew what you were talking about, but I'm not. I'm
yeah.
not a good car person, so
No,
you can.
me neither. Me neither.
Yeah,
Yeah,
vehicle
it's
identification
yeah.
number.
Vehicle identification number. Yeah,
VPN is in
VPN is
it.
internet.
I was
It's
like, I
right.
don't know. That sounds right. VPN. I just
VPN.
know I just know every car has a number that you look and there's like the number and yeah.
Yeah, but for me, yeah, there is, like I told you, there is so much who leave you in a sense, and after who leave you, who, who show you another sense, then you don't know. You don't know.
It's
That's
yeah. Well, and it's definitely a mind twister because I don't think I don't think these police hide from guilt is under with the VPN. That's one of the funny, well, not funny, but like one of the weird things about this case is that you have all these different people doing like excuse me, all these different cover-ups and stuff, and these people aren't. I don't want to give them credit by saying they're really smart people, but I do think they're corrupt. So you're trying to figure out why they did X, Y, and Z, but you're basically, I mean, not to be mean about it, but like you're trying to figure out why a stupid person did something. And
Yeah,
you're just,
it's true.
and you're
Yeah,
trying to
yeah, yeah.
look at it in their logic, and I think that's part of the problem is there
Yes, the
is
part of
some
the
of this stuff
problem.
there is no
Yeah.
logic behind. Like, why did
No,
they do that? You
no,
know,
no, no. Sometimes
other
there
than
is
they
no
just did
logic.
it because they were trying to cover it up.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. But the why is the question. The why they want to Stephen in jail from day one. The why is really important. I have I've talked one day with someone, I don't want to name him, for her privacy, for
right?
him in privacy, but he was talking about he was talking about um, what is his name? Uh, this is the in the every family, the guy we were employee for the police. Um the uncle of Steve, who was law
Um,
enforcement.
yeah. Oh, what's his name?
Um, I don't remember. I have a black hole.
Uh,
Um,
I know exactly who you're talking
it's no
about.
Leland. It's no Leland. No, no, no Leland.
Oh, okay. Well, then that's because I
It's
thought it was his
maybe Leland
uncle.
Avery. Or
I think his name is that
Leland. Yes, maybe
Arland.
Arland. Arland. Thank
I knew,
you,
yeah, I knew his uncle. Yeah,
Arland.
his
And
dad's brother.
he told me, if you want to understand everything happened to Steve, start with Leland and what happened to Leland when he was working with the law enforcement, and was what he was thinking to become at the
That's
sheriff
interesting.
department, and what he never had, because there were a lot of issue between him and Kesurek and Couchet, and I was, yeah, ready, but can you prove what you say? And he told me, no, 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 I can prove it, but I've heard, I I've heard from good source that it was true. That Alan was not behind everything. No, that's not what I'm saying, but he was the starter of the of everything what happened to Steve and Brendan in the future. You see,
Hmm.
because Alan was looking for more to be sheriff. In fact, he was looking to be sheriff, and I think there is people there we was not agree at all with that, but he was not agree too, and so there was a kind of fight, but in the same times, in this kind of situation, you cannot cannot really have fight. So you take on you, and sometimes it's something who came back from your past, and you have that in your face, and you don't understand what happened, but because it's not from you, it's from your family, but you don't understand. So I was
Right.
talking with him about Ireland, and he was saying me, if you want to understand all what happened with Stephen and Brendan, who was a collateral damage, uh, in this case, uh, you need to try to understand what happened with Arland in first. So,
Yeah.
oh, okay. So there is so much in this case to try to understand. Then it's impossible if they have done a great work, a great job, a great stuff. Then we we are all on this stuff, on saying no, it's not possible, it's not possible. If they have done a good work, and then we are all wrong, it's bizarre. It's really really bizarre. But I don't
Right.
know. I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to say, and
Yeah, it's hard to say.
there's so many different things. And like Christina is saying something about Kachorik and how she thinks Steven saw something in the bar he broke in, and it's possible. Like at this point, I think almost anything's possible. I do think that a lot of the reason why Steven has been essentially targeted all these years could be something that he saw, could be something that he witnessed, and it could be just something as simple as one person
True. Yes, true.
doesn't like
Yeah.
him just because he doesn't like him, and for the rest of
Yeah,
his
like
life,
Sunday Maurice. Like Sunday
right?
Maurice. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think also a lot of times with, and not every police officer or law enforcement is a bad police officer and law
No,
enforcement.
no, no, no.
Uh,
No, no, no.
so when I say this, it's not, I'm not trying to offend anybody, but I do think that a lot of cases, though, people, especially in power, don't like to be wrong.
That's
So
true. Yeah, yeah.
if they were, like, let's say from his first conviction, and then he got out and then he was proclaimed innocent, it could just be something as simple as they were so angry from that they're still trying to keep him in prison because they don't want to admit that they were wrong. But
Yeah, yeah, I completely
you
agree.
know
Yeah.
it it I don't know.
No, I don't know neither.
That's
But
why they sometimes the simplest answer is the answer, but
yeah, it's true. Yeah,
it
it's
could
true.
be like what Sunshine Christina's saying. um
Yeah.
yeah, it could be that. uh, you won't know unless somebody actually comes forward, and even then, if someone comes forward, are they going to be 100% honest with everything?
Yeah, it's true. It's true. And
Yeah.
about Brendan, do you have talk with him recently?
I got an email from him. Oh, was it today's Tuesday or Wednesday? So I got an email from him Monday. I did hear, like, I got a phone call. I usually get a phone call every Saturday. But Monday, yeah, he sounds like he's doing good.
Yeah, he's doing
Keeping
good.
positive,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Keeping positive and
it's important. Yeah.
yeah. Um I just sent off a whole bunch of his birthday stuff, like his
Yeah.
pictures and stuff, and then all those wristband pictures and all that. So I hopefully that gives him like a good smile. And
Yeah, like I was saying to Pete, I hope next year he will out of jail to doing his birthday with family and friends. And yeah, yeah, I
yeah.
really hope so. And do you know if there is anything new for Brandon in his case for the future? No, we don't know.
No, Brendan doesn't talk case stuff with me. He's not allowed to. So
Oh
I
no,
have
no,
absolutely,
no,
yeah, no,
but
I
you,
other
yeah.
than if, yeah, it doesn't seem like Laura Nyrider or Steve Drizzen has anything
Mm.
that they've been openly talking about. So I honestly have no idea what's going on. Other than that, it just seems like everyone's more concentrated on trying to talk to Governor Evers, which I've lost
I've
faith in that. So I don't know.
I've already to talk with Sandy Greenman about the fact in Europe we have the International Court of Human Rights. I don't know if you was aware about that. And
What is it called?
it's called the International Court of Human Rights.
Okay.
And it's for the human right. And I was thinking, not just by myself, because one letter is nothing, but
Right.
doing something like a petition or something like this to send to him to ask them to contact Governor Havers to do something for Brandon, because it can be really something. They can do something. They can do
Yeah.
something. I'm sure. So if we are enough, I think.
Yeah. At this point, well, I mean, at any point in this, but like, I'm willing to write whoever, whatever. Um, I have a list of senators from Wisconsin. There's like
Yeah, I
two
imagine.
senators.
Yeah,
Somebody asked about the FBI, so I have the FBI, and the FBI has an office in every state. Plus,
yeah,
they have
yeah.
one in Washington, so I was thinking, well, maybe we can write to them too, and
Oh, yeah,
just try
absolutely.
to get
Yeah,
somebody to listen. You know, even though the FBI or the senators, or like what you mentioned, the human right people, international human, they may not have power to get him out, but they certainly have
no, no, no.
pull. They have
Yeah,
pull to reach to him and say, "Hey,
absolutely.
we're
Yeah,
watching too,"
yeah,
and that's what we need, something to influence him more than just eh,
yeah.
all of us supporters, because it doesn't seem
I
to be
agree.
he. I get so frustrated because
I understand. Yeah, yeah,
we're doing so much, and there's so many great things happening, like the billboards and the flyovers, and we've got people writing and emailing almost every day to this guy, and tweeting. Like, I know I go on often and tweet at him, and
yeah. Me
I
too.
write, yeah, and I write letters and I mail them to him. So
Yeah, me too.
um there's one supporter who goes on Amazon and actually sends him things through
Yeah,
Amazon with
yeah,
Brendan's name on it. So
yeah.
like, we're all doing everything that we possibly can, and it's just, it feels like talking to a wall.
I know.
And
I
I think
know.
that's where my frustration comes in, and where I'm just kind of like, what more is it going to take for a government official to look at somebody and give them anything,
I
like
don't know.
anything.
I don't know. Sometimes when I when I speak with that with Pete, he told me, you know, Jerome, I think sometimes we are in the twilight zone because it's so weird, it's so bizarre. Then nobody wants to move from my kids. No,
Right.
and it's so strange. And
It is strange. And there's
it's
no
more than
public
strange.
statement. Yeah,
No,
it's like, so even though he has the board set up, and yes, the board denied Brendan's request for clemency or whatever, Governor Evers himself, I don't believe, has made a statement regarding Brendan Dassey himself.
I don't
And
think
that's
so.
where I get frustrated, is because you're not even doing that. I feel like
I
you at
know.
least
I know.
owe that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
A
yeah, yeah.
response to us, to Brendan. Because even though people may not agree with this, Brendan is a citizen of Wisconsin. He is just as much as important to Governor Evers as a regular registered voter, because Brendan is a citizen of Wisconsin.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
and yeah, he doesn't, pay taxes or vote. He's still a person whose voice matters in that state. Every
Absolutely.
prisoner, every
He,
prisoner in America.
absolutely. He's still a human
So,
being like anyone
right.
else.
So that's what's frustrating. And
I know. I know. It's frustrating. Yeah, yeah. It really is because sometimes people contact me to ask what I'm thinking about the case, and wow, it's a
yeah,
lot. It's a,
yeah, you can't just say it's bullshit. That's what
no,
I'm thinking.
no.
It's all
There is
bullshit.
there is so much to say. So yeah, it's difficult. Yeah, it's really really difficult and frustrating, and I completely understand you. I, but I think you are really brave because you continue, you never give up, and you are a fantastic friend for Brendan and
Well,
for
thank you.
all of us. Thank you.
I there's no
Thank you
other
very much.
option other than just to keep going.
Yeah,
You
I know.
can't, there's nothing else that there's no other option. There to me, I don't know, like I get really frustrated some days and I'm like, "Oh gosh, I just want to like some days I feel that way, like just give up, but like at the end of it all, there's no even in my worst days in here in doing everything that I'm doing and some days, getting really bad feedback like
Yeah, I
recently
know.
but like I still there's Brendan can't give up. He doesn't have that option. So that's kind of
No,
how I feel. It's like I can't give up either.
no,
So
no. I really understand your feelings because it's not just a case you are interested in.
right,
It's really, really personal.
right.
It's I understand. I understand, and there is no limitation of distance. There is no distance. It touch everyone. I mean,
Right.
but
It is very unique because I don't think I've ever experienced something um
like
as
this. Oh no.
profoundly,
Yeah,
yeah, as
yeah, yeah, yeah.
profoundly as how everyone in every single part of this world has watched that documentary and has joined in
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
and wants to do something for this guy, this one dude in Wisconsin who or two, even Steven too.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
these
yeah, yeah.
two random dudes who are going through these really horrific things, but like it's to me that's really like almost like I
People
don't
awake.
know. Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
it's kind of magical in a weird way, but like yeah, I don't know.
I understand.
It's cool.
I understand,
It's
and
cool.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's really cool, and it's really cool too. Then after that, they are really interested in other case, and they figure out there is so many wrongful conviction, and there is so more injustice in the justice system. They are involved. They want to be involved, and they create channel or they create
Mhm.
group or they create stuff, but they're doing what they believe is the right thing. And
Right.
like I always said, if I can touch one just people, it's good. It's really good. I'm not looking for have 1,000 of subscriber. I'm not looking for
Right.
fame. I'm not looking for money. I'm I'm just trying to do what I think is the best. And
Yeah.
you are the same. And you are the
Yeah.
same.
Well, that's how
And
yeah, that's exactly it. I don't really want to be popular or famous or anything. Like
oh
I
no,
don't
me neither.
really
Oh
I
no,
like I mean on my channel with
God
Linda,
save
Brendan
me.
talks. Yeah, we're barely pushing up to 300 people and I think that's amazing just alone, but like,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
as if even if we had just 10 people, if we
Yeah,
could
it
just
will
reach
be
one
amazing.
person,
Yeah,
yeah, just one person
yeah.
and I also I think of it as if I could help somebody help Brendan in a better way, like because I get people all the times like what can I do, what can I do, and I give them a whole list of things they can do and like if I could just help if I could help one person help Brendan, then I feel like I've done a good job.
It's the goal. Yeah, it's the goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah. I am. We are really on the same line. Ready.
yeah.
We
So
are
that's
really on
that's
the
why
same line,
I try to do what I do. Um
and you do it
and I
well.
well, thank you. You do yours well too.
Oh, I like I say, I'm I'm myself.
Mhm.
I don't work before my life. I don't what I'm talking about. I I don't care. I just want to be myself and
Right.
talking about stuff. And some people like this, some people doesn't like. It's like this. But if I can just touch one person about what I'm saying, it's really great. We are on the
Right.
same. We are really on the same line. Really, really. But Becca, thank you very much.
You're
Thank you.
welcome.
No, no, but thank you. Really, thank you very much. Do you want to talk about another subject? Because it's an open mic. So if you want to talk another
Um,
subject,
I'm actually probably gonna jump off because I have to start getting ready for work here in a minute.
yeah, no worry.
Uh, but I don't really have any other subjects other than Halloween's coming up. That's the other thing
Yeah.
that I keep thinking about. Halloween's coming up, and I'm really excited about it. Like I even have I'm planning the Halloween work party, and I got this recently from Walmart.
Ah, okay. What is it?
It's a
It's okay.
meringue, and it's like a ghost meringue kit, but I have to have a stand mixer for it, and we have one here, but I can't make it at work, which is kind of a bummer. So I'm gonna probably make these here, and then I already switched with another thing that I got for the work anyway, so it's not like I. But I'm looking forward to making this.
Oh, okay.
That's
Okay.
what I mean. That's the kind of stuff I'm thinking about. Is like Halloween right now too, and like um,
Yeah, yeah. I
I
see
love
you.
Halloween. Halloween's my favorite holiday.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's more.
it sucks that a lot of people like Brendan and Steven, and there's another wrongfully convicted person, Charlie Erickson.
Mm, mm.
Um I write to him too. Um
Yeah.
and nobody likes Halloween with me, but I'm still kind of like, but it's Halloween. But all
Yeah.
their cases, Brendan likes. He doesn't hate Halloween. He likes Halloween. I should have said it like that, but yeah, it's not an easy time of year for them, even though they didn't do anything.
No, I know. I know. I know.
Yeah, it's still a
Yeah.
date in their mind of like when things started going sour for them.
Yeah. I
So,
know. I know. I know. We all think about Teresa and
hmm
what can happen to her this day, and the day we will figure out what happened to her, it will be a great day for the justice and caught the real killer if there were a killer, because she was maybe died by accident. We don't know. We don't know. So, but if she was killed and we find the real killer, it will be a great day for the justice in this world,
hmm
because there was so much injustice in this case and the other case, and it's happened so fun, so fun. It's incredible. But Halloween, yeah, Halloween. It's funny because it's more implanted in America than in Europe,
hmm
because it's the legend of Sam Hain, and I have read that it was very interesting. And um Halloween, it's Halloween, the movie by John Carpenter, is
yeah,
1971. I 79. No, 74. Uh, 1974.
70
Halloween.
something. Yeah,
Yeah, uh, is for me one of the best movie ever made on
heck
Halloween.
yeah.
And the Rob Zombie remake was really excellent. I don't know if you
hmm
saw that. They were really excellent. But Halloween is a period of the time in Europe you don't really do like you do in America. We don't wear other clothes. We don't have makeup. We don't do what you do, but it's more,
Yeah,
yeah, it's more implanted in your country. But I I find it's really something funny, because it's something to chase the monster, because the monster Sam Hain is coming for people, and if you are not disguised, yeah, if you are not wearing a costume, he can recognize you and taking with you. So
Hmm.
for me, it was something. Yeah, it's a story for the kids. It's funny. It's funny,
Yeah.
but there is a lot of horrible story around Halloween.
Yeah. Well,
How long?
yeah. Well, just like because it's considered a dark and kind of sinister holiday, so you got like a lot of dark and sinister things that humans do during Halloween. But like the origin of Halloween, I always felt like, because it's also, if you look at like Mexican culture,
Yeah,
with the Day of the Dead, to
the Day of
me
the
it's
Dead. Yeah,
more, yeah, to me it's more of those,
Dias de la Muerta. Yeah,
yep, yep. To me it's more reflective of a day of showing respect also to your ancestors.
absolutely.
And yeah, so but like
Like in
also,
Africa. Yeah,
yeah.
like
So
in
I
Africa.
mean, I
Yeah,
guess it's just what you want to take away from any kind of holiday, because like, I mean, like Christmas is supposed to be very cheerful and bright and positive, and
supposedly.
but
Yeah,
I but there's things that Christmas happens that I don't really think is awesome, but
I don't think
it's just,
so neither, because it's a religious uh,
yeah,
things, and I'm not religious. I respect
right,
everybody. I everybody. If you believe in God, you believe in God. If you believe in Allah, you believe in Allah. If you
right,
believe in Hinduism, you believe in Hinduism. I If you believe in nothing, I you believe in nothing.
yeah,
I respect everybody's thinking, belief. I really respect everybody. But me, I'm not religious at all, because I'm more pointed on the science. And that doesn't mean I don't believe. I believe in things, but to explain that, there is no word yet to explain what I feel.
right. Well, that's
This,
how I tell people I'm spiritual,
yeah, me too.
instead of
And
saying,
Sharon too. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, like, because I'm kind of the same way, where I grew up very religious, like in a very religious household,
Me too.
conservative
Yeah,
conservative Christian. um I not, um
me too.
no
Me
offense
too.
to people who do believe in that stuff, to each their own,
No,
but that's not, I feel like I am a spiritual, where, and I think that's okay, where um you I personally take what feels right to me and apply it to my spirituality. And if that means a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and um make your own thing,
yeah,
and there's nothing wrong with that, because
no,
we all have our own
absolutely
journey
not.
in life, and we all have our own path as far as what we
Yeah,
want to do or accomplish, or and you know just do what feels right. That's all what I could tell people. I do tend to lean more towards the Wiccan side of things in my spirituality, because I am a little bit more like, um, I like the idea of being connected to the earth and to like nature, and being like, having it is a part of us, and like,
we are part of too. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And but that doesn't mean I don't believe there's a God either. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's just whatever you want to make it. And I think that's what so cool about life in general is that it really can be, you can create your life to whatever you want to make it to be like. And yeah,
Ah, yeah,
that's what
yeah.
I
I know. Talking about the universe, like talking about the JFK assassination or the old Egypt, Egypt.
yeah,
I can talk about a lot of things, theology. I mean,
yeah, yeah,
I can, but about the universe. it's fascinating because the life is fascinating, like the death. And I don't want to be dark at all. Uh,
Right. Well,
because you don't have the life cannot be possible without death.
well,
You
that's
need
the
to
thing is
understand
that,
death in the
yeah,
universe.
people associate death as a negative,
Yeah.
and it's sad. I'm not saying like death is fun. Like it's sad when you lose
No, no,
somebody,
no. Yeah, yeah,
but
absolutely.
death isn't the end.
No.
And no matter what you believe in, it's if even even if you don't believe, like I don't believe that there's a hell. I think everyone goes
No.
to a peaceful place when they die, and we're all connected in that place. No matter what you did in life, I think everybody has their own, like I said, their own path, their own story. I think even, and it's a very unpopular opinion, but even if you take like a serial killer is going to the same place as a nun, because
Yeah, I understand.
at the end of it
Yeah.
all, we're all just human working with the best that we have. But anyway, um, I I don't like, death is just when you die, you go back to the earth, and then you go on to what you like. Some people believe in one thing, but I believe you go on, and but then you come back as, whether it's a tree or a plant, or it's not the end.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
And
I
some
know.
people believe they come back in general, and that might be true. I mean, there's a lot of religions that believe, even I think in Judaism, they have a little bit of reincarnation in that,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
where
it's true.
you
Yeah, yeah.
come back, because if you didn't, they feel like a lot of religions, if you didn't learn your lesson like you were supposed to, you'll come back and try it again.
Yeah.
So it's maybe that is what happens.
Yeah, yeah, like a
Um,
cycle. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I went to a psychic once just for fun. I don't know if I believe in psychic. Like, I believe that there are people who can see things like that. I just don't know if everybody who says they're a psychic is really a
No,
psychic.
no, no,
So,
no.
I mean,
I agree.
um,
I agree. I
so
agree. I think there is people we have some power. I don't know
yeah,
how to call that like this, but and a lot a lot of of
yeah,
people who say they have but they don't have.
yeah.
So
So, like,
they
I
just they just want to have your money.
right,
that's all they
exactly.
want
Well,
to have.
it was a group of us, and I was like, why not? It's like 20-30 bucks, right? And I've never been to one before. So I went to one, and she was doing my reading and all that. And she made a comment, and I think she might have been slightly logistic, or slightly, I can't remember the word right now, but slightly real in what she's doing, because she said a lot of things that either that or she's a really good con artist. I don't know. But
Yeah, it's
um,
possible. Yeah, yeah.
she said, one of the things she said to me was, is that I've been here before in life, and that I can't, in which it's possible.
Yeah, it is.
Um,
Yeah.
it's 100%.
Yeah, even
Almost
in the
anything is
physics,
possible in this
Yeah.
world, and all the only limit is our mind.
Yeah, absolutely.
You
Absolutely.
know.
And even in the physics you're right because in the physics you have the quantum, you have
Mhm.
you have so much weird stuff in the science you can learn about
Mhm.
than are more stranger than you can find in the religion. So
Yeah.
why not? Yeah, why
Yeah.
not?
Why not? Yeah.
Yeah,
And the human mind, science has actually found that the human mind only works at a certain percentage anyway. So you've got
yeah,
like this other percentage of the human mind that's almost untouched or untapped. And I personally believe that God gave us the ability to use our minds in such a way to be self-reliant, and not necessarily exist without God, but to not be so, like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's just kind of like when you have a kid, when you have an infant, and then the infant is completely and totally reliant on the adult. Well, and then the adult, as the infant grows, it becomes self reliant, not necessarily separate from the parent, but it's just its own being. That's how I kind of feel like humans are with God. It's
Yeah, yeah,
that, we are we should be able to do things and then still have God as that parent, as that figure, as that whatever, but not like we're an infant and that's the parent. You know what I mean? Be more like
yeah,
we should be
yeah,
like the
yeah,
teenager or
yeah.
young adult.
Yeah,
But
yeah, I see. It's really interesting. I see your point of view. It's really, really
yeah.
interesting.
But that's just how I feel. It's just like, God gave
Yeah,
us
yeah.
these abilities to help ourselves. And I think that a lot of people just don't realize that in life, you know, but that's just my thing.
Yeah, but it's great. It's really great to talk about this because it's your feeling, it's what you feel,
Yeah.
and it's your testimony. And
Right, right,
I will not judge anything because that's
right.
what you believe, and really respect that. I
Thank
really
you.
respect
Yeah.
that because that's you. That's you. That's what you
Sometimes
believe.
I talk like a crazy narcissistic person that's like,
No, no, I don't think
yeah,
so.
like
No,
I don't know, but like that's
no.
how, but yeah. But like I said, I believe there's a God, and there are certain Christian values that I really like. Certain things
Ah,
in
there is good
Christianity
values. Yeah,
I
yeah,
really
yeah.
like,
I
but
agree.
I tell people a lot. It's not that I hate Christianity; it's the people who,
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah.
yeah. Because like I tell people all the time, if you take Jesus as a actual person and what he was and what he did, he was amazing, amazing person,
Ah,
right?
yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. You know,
Very, very,
Becca, you can read the Bible, you can read the Quran,
yeah,
you can read all 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 text you can try to find. You you can read both in you I mean you can read the same book in two sense.
hmm,
You can take a part of it and say it's a good way to follow, and or read it in another way and thinking it's true.
right,
And there is a part of who's true, but you need to thinking that at the time it was more lyrical speaking.
right.
Uh,
Well,
people was not writing; they were talking about a lot, a lot, and
yeah,
sometimes you have scriber to write things. And this is a shame, I think, because all this year in the past, with the war and the destruction of all kind of things, I think a lot of document was destroyed and disappear from our past. And that's why we don't know what happened before, like for the Egyptian, like
right.
for and uh, a lot of civilization. But I yeah, but I follow your point and I
Yeah,
see yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I see
Well,
what you mean.
the thing with the Bible is it's an unpopular opinion because um people don't like to hear it. But the Bible, or some people don't like to hear it, but the Bible was essentially based off of generations of storytelling through other stories that have evolved and changed and evolved and changed, and then they finally wrote it down, and then they
It's
said that
true.
was the story. So like you take the Bible, and there's so many different elements to other stories that were happening at the same time or in the same region. Not saying that these stories aren't true, but they are meant. I feel like they're meant to be examples for kind of like a fable with a lesson.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And a lot of people but a lot of people take it as this is no, this is exactly what happened. And I mean, that's to
Yeah,
each their own as far as
yeah.
what they want to believe, and
But I
I
respect
just
them too, you know?
yeah, exactly. I mean, if that's what you want to believe, that's your path in life, and that's
Yeah,
where
yeah,
you
yeah.
want. Yeah. So I mean,
Yeah,
I
but
don't
you're
really
you're
get
right.
hung up on other people's choices in life because it's not about my choice. It's about what do you want to do with your life. And I mean, as long as you're not hurting anybody, I honestly don't care. So, you know,
I know, I know, I know.
um, but
But
yeah,
yeah, really, it was great to have you tonight, Becca.
thank
Really,
you.
thank you.
Yeah, it was great being on here, and thank you for listening to me ramble.
It was really excellent, really excellent. I don't know if I will have other people tonight. I don't think so because it's 3 hours and 20 minutes
I was
now.
gonna
You can
say you're
believe that?
getting into it,
Wow,
yeah.
wow, incredible. I doing my marathon by myself.
Yeah. Well, you're doing a good job at it. Thank you for everything you do.
Thanks to you, to you
No.
all, because
Well,
you are the star. That's why I'm here today because of you. Yeah.
well, thank you, and thank you for having me. And goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, Becca. Take care. Take care of Becca. She's lovely. Uh, yeah. If nobody wants to join me to talk about anything he wants, I will maybe stop this first open mic discussion. It was it was great. I mean, wow. Have to have Melbilly, to have Jeff Jones, to have Paul Capaldi, to have Becca. It was really a great chat. I was supposedly to have more people, but it doesn't matter. We will see that uh, no the next week, but I will try to do that. Yeah, 2 times per month. Yeah, I will try to do that. To a show 2 times per month and open my discussion with different guests, and it will be interesting. So thank you very much. Yeah, I know it was really long, but it was for me really interesting and teaching me a lot. And I love learn. I really love learn. And I would like to say then, guys, I know it was a difficult year with the death of Dolores. I continue to thinking of her and thinking of Alan and Sandy and Steven because it's really hard for them, and I can really can understand what they feel, and they are so brave, so they don't give up. I cannot. And you guys are absolutely amazing for what you do, sharing on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, uh, YouTube, Discord, uh, all what you do for the case, for those guys, and for all wrongful conviction cases is it's I have no word because I can say it's beautiful, you are amazing, but it's it's something I was I'm really proud because it's something Richard Ericosi was looking for, to have more people involved in this case, and We are, and I am, his legacy, a kind of. And I'm proud to be here tonight with you guys, watching this show, being with me, being true, human, and it was really, really a good moment. I hope we will see you in 2 weeks to doing again a new show. Uh, Take care of you. Uh, Try to be safe because I know the world isn't at all, sadly. And we will see you in 2 weeks. And like the dude Eric Cosdy was saying, if you have done not already, please subscribe.